Hey David.
Yeah.
You're on the internet.
Hello and welcome to Family RPG. I'm David Leonard, your game master for Star Trek Adventures. If you remember last session, we were actually in a different area of the house, and things did not go well. During the pre-planned mission, there was a detonation of a quantum torpedo that caused a black hole singularity that destroyed their main ship. They transported to the derelict Klingon D7 vessel.
That's right.
Wessel, yes. Were able to jury rig it to get it back up and running, and ended up getting themselves in the mirror universe, but not just any mirror universe, the Discovery mirror universe.
The worst of all mirror universes.
Yes, yes. So, since all of this happened in Season 1, a little bit of Season 1 spoilers for Discovery. I already told them what happened at the end of Season 2, but they're going to attack the I.S.S Discovery, because mirror universe, even though according to the show, the I.S.S Discovery happened to use it's confusing, because Memory Alpha, if you look up on the fan websites for the description of the I.S.S Discovery, it says it doesn't have a spore drive. But if you look up the U.S.S Discovery, it says the only reason U.S.S Discovery went into the mirror universe in the first place because they were in the same place and time as the I.S.S Discovery used their spore drive. So instead of going to their intended destinations, they just switched universes. And the I.S.S Discovery in the what they call Prime Universe was discovered during the Klingon War and destroyed. Klingons just swarmed it, destroyed it. Starfleet thought it was their discovery and just declared them killed in action until they found their way back and said, hey, we're not dead. That was the other guys.
They're not getting any better, but...
Not getting any better, no.
And this, of course, is no endorsement of Discovery, which I still refuse to watch.
Amen.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hence, the episode, I called it, we're destroying the Discovery.
I called it Attack on Discovery.
Yes.
So, there are apparently Discovery fans who are also fans of Star Trek Adventures, and somebody put together a custom ship build, at least stat-wise, of what they call it's officially called the Crossfield class. It was manufactured between 2223 and 2257. So we're in the year 2257, 2258, something like that. So it was first planned, but not really built until like 2255. And there were only 2 ships built, the Discovery, and you're going to find out about the next one in the log. So,
And it's all fresh content now, coming from his mind.
yes, with a mixture of official content and something, because we didn't really get to see the ISS during Discovery. That version was immediately destroyed off screen. But it's like, well, what would they do with their spore drive? And I kind of extrapolated a bit with their team. So, resistance log. Because you're currently with the resistance of pretty much everyone that's not human.
Who's making this log? Because I guess in a manner of speaking, I'm the commanding officer of the ship now?
A Vulcan. You're basically helping this
okay.
resistance group. That's why it's a resistance log.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, I was going to say. That's fine. I don't need to be command.
During the past few years, the I.S.S Discovery has nearly decimated our fleets, but we may have finally found a way to stop them. Their sister ship, the I.S.S Glenn, hit a Hawking radiation field after a test jump with their spore drive, killing the entire crew and disabling the ship. We managed to tow it to one of our outposts, but can't get it functional again. This does tell us the ship's shields are momentarily disabled after jumps. We've narrowed 12 potential locations the Discovery might appear next. We're gathering a skeleton crew of ships at each place, hoping to beam aboard some crew before they destroy us and jump again. We believe Discovery is their last spore drive vessel, and destroying it would cripple the Imperial fleet. So
Now, what do we know? What do we know about the spore drive from our universe? Or do we know anything about it?
no, it was disavowed knowledge. Again,
Okay.
anyone
So
who
we
knew
don't
about it
know
was on the
anything.
Enterprise, and they, like I told you,
Yeah. Okay,
in
we don't know
the
anything about it.
further spoiler section, yeah, it's been disavowed. Any knowledge, anyone mentioning anything about it.
Sounds
Okay.
like half the work I've discovered.
I gotta log myself in onto my account downstairs.
So if someone wants to make
thanks.
an insight plus con roll with a difficulty of 1.
Probably.
You're basically looking at their 12 potential locations and trying to narrow it down, so they don't have to spread their fleet so far.
I got a 13.
I got a 10.
I guess I'll go.
Let's see, he's got 15. No, that's inside. No, he's got a left.
Yeah. 2.
Okay, you have 1 momentum. It narrows it down to D10. Basically, I'm rolling a D10 in potential
Okay.
locations. If you want to spend that momentum, you can narrow it down to a D8.
Sure.
Okay.
I like that.
So now you've narrowed it down to 8 possible locations, and they don't have to spread their fleet so far. They maybe have a chance at fighting for more than a few minutes before the Discovery destroys them. Reason plus security. Difficulty of 1, waiting for John to come back, because he's probably going to go on to roll that.
No, I have a 16 on that. I don't know. John is not very good in reason.
Okay, reason security.
Okay. And 2.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's one of them's a 2. Just wonder if I can get an extra. What's the thing?
Is it less than your discipline?
It's less than my discipline, yes.
Okay.
Which
So you get
is,
another one?
Well, what discipline are you trying to tack it on?
Well, that's.
You
what
have to apply a focus, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Read 'em all.
focuses.
What do you got?
What would be the? Okay, I got interrogation, xenobiology, genetics, trauma surgery, athletics, and phasers.
It doesn't have to do with the ship security.
Would be interrogation then. Okay.
No.
Okay, that's about as far as I go.
You believe if their shields are down after they jump,
You know?
maybe their sensors are too. Perhaps you could use your cloaking device.
Ah, very well. We have to learn how to use this cloaking device.
Okay.
But our ship has to be where they jump to.
Yes.
That's part of the problem.
Yes. Well, now you've narrowed it down to 8 potential locations.
Well, that's a lot of locations.
Couldn't we just eradicate the spores?
That's what I'm wondering.
No, the spores are naturally generated. It's a mycelium network that just naturally grows, and it's imperceptible to normal sensors. And the way that they describe it is kind of weak in Discovery in the first place. The fact that it's a rip-off of an adventure game from several years ago as well kind of makes me think
Really?
that, yes, they're being
Ah.
sued because they ripped this story off of a video
So-
game.
so they're
With a lot
dropping
of the
this-
characters and stuff. So basically they're wiping the slate clean for Season 3, so they have no longer a reason to have suing. Okay, we are the Enterprise, we have Pike. We don't have the Discovery anymore, eh?
Well, they should continue being sued because it is theft, and obviously still making money off of what they made already. So,
That's true.
yes.
So, reason plus engineering with a difficulty of 1.
That I can do.
You're looking at because they have the ISS Glenn with the disabled drive that you're trying to look at.
1.
Okay, matches. So you believe you figure out that the Glenn was only able to make like short hops,
Okay.
but somehow the Discovery can travel hundreds of light years per second from like one quadrant to another.
So how do you discover that?
If you want to spend
Through
momentum,
logs?
you can find out more about how the Glenn hops.
Sure, we'll spend it.
The Glenn had a tube in their engine room filled with the spores that make up the mycelium network. And so they would basically go for the nearest spore collection.
Okay.
Whereas whatever the Discovery is able to do was to jump to any spore collection they wanted, rather than just the nearest one.
Every bit stop.
Yeah.
Can we retrofit that engine on our Klingon vessel, or adapt
It's
it?
completely disabled. They've tried to the radiation field completely disabled.
Okay.
And obviously the Discovery is smart enough not to do that because it was made later, and they figured out they basically used the Glenn to test what would stop it. And it's like, oh, don't go through radiation. Like, unless you control the Discovery and force it into a radiation field, they're not going to do it themselves.
Well, either that or generate a radiation field where it comes out, and then we shut it
Load
down.
space mines in all 8
What-
locations that'll
what-
generate that field?
Yeah, they determine what kind of radiation was.
Just a Hawking radiation field.
Hawking radiation.
Hawking!
Yeah. because Memory Alpha puts names
yeah.
to things that I don't know if they're necessarily mentioned in the episodes or not. But.
Okay.
So now I need an insight plus security with difficulty of 1. You're looking at battle tactics.
12.
13.
You got it.
I got it. Battle tactics. Ooh. Ooh.
Someone want to assist?
We got a 20.
I got a 20 on that.
Okay.
So no.
I'll assist with a 1. You get 1 die, right? I got a 1!
Ah,
Okay. And maybe it's a
alright.
20.
1 momentum.
Okay.
You, from what you've heard with when they talk about battle tactics of the Discovery, that when the Discovery jumps, it creates some sort of EMP field that disables nearby ship engines. So what they do is, as they jump, they leave behind a whole bunch of torpedoes, and then they activate and target the ships that have now been suddenly crippled. Very nasty battle tactic.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're within firing range, your ship will just go down for a few moments, just long enough for them to...
Do we know what the range of the EMP is?
Just within phaser firing range. If you're within torpedo, the problem is by the time the torpedo would get to them, they would have jumped. So anyone who tried to get within phaser firing range faster, they would jump, and then they would get hit by a torpedo.
Phaser is medium, but torpedo is long.
Normally, you can be hardened against EMP.
Well,
You
the
have the
spore
rugged-
drive, the way the spore drive draws a lot of power. Apparently.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can harden against EMP. You can shield yourself against EMP.
Our
It
ship
doesn't
has-
even use power to do that.
Our
Even
ship,
then, the best way that they could just...
our ship has the rugged talent. What does that give us?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, rugged?
Mm-hmm.
It means you can drive down roads with potholes?
I want that.
In any case, they described it like Voyager would most things as some kind of EMP. Like the closest approximation to the effect that it had was an EMP, but that these ships couldn't disable it. If they were within medium range, if they were within laser range, and the Discovery jumps, it would disable their engines.
Okay. Sounds to me you don't want to get too close to them.
Do we know if they have a method of detecting cloaked ships?
Not sure. From what you've seen, let's make a say reason and security difficulty of 2.
Also 12, but alright.
No, I got 16 on that.
2 successes.
Physical? Oh, that's good.
So, from what you've seen of the Glen was more of a prototype than because the ins and outs of that are very different from the ones of the Discovery. No one's even seen from the Resistance has seen the inside of the Discovery unless they're going to an agony booth and tortured prisoner. No one's come back out alive.
Okay.
So you know what the Glen looks like, but even then, that's sort of a simple rudimentary version. The Glen at least has, as far as the crossfield class of ships, they have 17 decks. They can hold about 180 crew. They can go to warp 8.
Well, just as something we might try, the Glen still has their tube of spores.
Yes, but it won't activate.
Well, no, I'm not talking about activating it.
Okay.
They have the tube of spores,
Mm-hmm.
presuming that the spores themselves are not damaged, or they appear to be. If we could
The
actually
tube is
figure out-
empty.
The tube's empty. We
Yeah.
just said it had a tube of spores.
It would have spores in it, but
Uh-huh.
since it's been captured, the spores, if they're not like contained, the spores basically try to find the closest source of other spores, and they just left the tube after a while because they weren't.
How do they collect the spores to begin with?
They go into the spore field and just suck them in.
Well, yeah, but you say you can't detect the spore. How do you know where a spore field is?
They were able to map by jumping to each one and then making a note on their map. Well, this is a collection of spores because this little section of spores jump to the closest.
Is the device that sucks in the spores on this ship? Should be. If that's how they get their spores, they jump from one, they suck up some more spores and jump to the next.
As I said, the radiation completely disabled all the ship's systems, keeping the
Yes,
systems
but
keeping the spores in place.
But the physical device that sucks in the spores should be there.
Yeah.
Can we analyze that to determine how it sucks in the spores? Because if it sucks in the spores, there must be some way to determine if spores are actually there. Or there must be some radiation or something that would attract the spores to get sucked in.
Insight and engineering, difficulty of 1.
What do we got? Insight and engineering?
Yeah, I can do.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Okay. The idea being we could use that as a spore detector and maybe find out where much of the spores are. And
The
maybe
only
do
reason the
something.
Resistance knows about the spore network is because they've used what they can gather off of the Glenn's memory
Okay.
to find out how they mapped the spore network in the first place. Okay.
Right.
And they narrowed it down.
We already have narrowed down to 8 places.
So we have, all right, right.
Yeah.
But if there was a way we could recharge this cylinder with spores, it might have a chance.
Well,
of
apparently,
getting it,
because they also noted that anywhere there were significant radiation, there weren't spores.
Uh-huh.
So it's like that's its one weakness.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can we remove the radiation from the ship?
Is the ship still radioactive or whatever?
No, it's not radiated anymore, but they weren't able to figure out enough about the spore drive in and of themselves to, because they had to tie, because they still had a warp drive as well,
Yeah.
and a lot of the things were just classified information that they were able to get data, they were able to get off the computer systems. They were able to get the map, but anything else was imperially locked down.
Well, the only other option I would think to defeat the Discovery would be if these 8 places that we know they may show up, if we could generate a radiation field to interrupt. Apparently the spores don't like the radiation. That would be one way to scatter the spores. Maybe they couldn't actually transport to these places.
Oh, if we have a ship at 7 of the other spots, put out the radiation and only have 1 left.
So we force them to the one spot.
Or wait for them to jump and then hit it.
Do that too. Have traps in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you mean radiate the spores just as they land, as they get there,
Right.
so that there's no spores for them to.
And they can't jump away.
They can't jump away. Okay. Sounds like a plan.
So what do we know about Hawking radiation?
As much as Memory Alpha told me, it's Hawking radiation. I couldn't really find anything else about it. They just kind of throw
Okay.
information together and said, yeah, that's what did it.
No indication as to if it's generated by a pulsar or generated by a neutron explosion or something.
Nope. Star Trek doesn't necessarily have to be.
Did they indicate whether the radiation they encountered
Go ahead,
is
go ahead.
natural or
It's a
abnormal?
thing. We have some experience with it. Electromagnetic radiation, which according to the theory should be emitted by a black hole.
Ah, the infamous polar blackness.
The radiation is due to the black hole capturing one of a particle-antiparticle pair created spontaneously near the event horizon.
Shame you don't have another quantum torpedo.
Anyway.
No, you blew up the one you had.
Well, I don't know if we blew it up deliberately, but yeah.
Quantum radiation is black body radiation that is predicted to be released by black holes due to the quantum effects near the event horizon.
Huh. Need to invent a Hawking radiation sponge so we can go to a black hole, near a black hole, suck up some radiation, go to where we want, squeeze it out.
Well, are there any star charts that have black holes on them?
Well, I'm sure in this day and age there would be. You got to avoid those things.
So,
Well, they're nowhere near the spore
oh sure,
locations, obviously.
yeah, clearly.
No, it's easy enough to make them. You just get a heavy metal and put it into a supergiant. They'll start producing iron into a supergiant.
You mean that red glop that they had in the one episode of the movie that
No.
you inject it into the sun, it turns into a... That was just terrible. What do they call it? Unobtainium.
Red goo.
That was trilithium.
But,
Now that was the other movie
well,
that nobody liked.
No, trilithium is where they detonated the suns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The red stuff is where they blew up planets.
oh, okay.
Well, they sucked in planets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yet they can handle the stuff, but getting near a planet that takes it out.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Somehow.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I guess we've gotten all the information we're going to get. And we have our ship stage at the 8 places that they can.
Basically, I'm going to roll a d8. Each of you pick a number between 1 and 8.
Yeah.
And if one of you picks it, you're going to be at the spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so we get
So
three,
we're on
chances.
different ships then?
The idea is that
Give us a
if
break.
one of them is successful, you're all 3 going to be at the right location.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're doomed.
So, pick a number.
Okay. 4.
5.
7.
5.
What's up?
All right.
The Discovery appears.
Ah! And it crashes already.
No, it just didn't hold up very well.
Okay.
Need a daring
Or
and
the plot.
engineering to transport aboard into their transporter room. Difficulty of 5,
Not me.
because you have 5 seconds to do this before they may jump again.
Well,
Difficult.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll spend determination.
yeah. You
Give
have
us
3
3 more.
Yeah.
Is he using the ship to assist him?
Yes.
Okay.
What is the ship rolling then?
Let's
Nice.
see. Sensors and security.
Okay. That'd be 10 for me.
Mm-hmm. Are you cloaked?
We are cloaked, but he got a 1.
I got an actual one.
Okay.
Are we
That's
cloaked
2.
though?
You
I'd
didn't
say
declare
we're
it.
cloaked.
You
We
didn't.
did declare cloaked.
Did
We
you go
declared
through the
it.
process of cloaking first?
There is a process to
We
going
came
too.
up. We came up on the situation. Well, we
We
talked
did.
about cloaking before. We did. Because you were asking. do we
Yeah,
have
but there's a
people
process
do
to
it?
activate the cloaking device. If you failed it,
We never did the process of
All
going.
right. Do you want to go ahead and do the
okay,
process?
we'll hold on to
before we
that
get there?
1 for the roll
Yeah.
to assist,
Okay.
but you got to roll the process of cloaking to make sure you're closed.
Well, that'd be control and engineering.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. What's that difficulty?
2.
Probably 2.
Assisted by the ship's engineering security. Engine security. Another natural 1.
Okay.
That's 2 on my side.
So we got
Okay, so you got 1 momentum.
only 1. He got 2. He got 2. That was 4.
You
So
said
we
you got
needed
1 on
2.
side?
I got 2.
You got 2 on side? That means I got 2. That means we had a total of 4.
Right.
So,
Okay.
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 We
Max
don't need
this
to just
out.
make a determination after all.
That's
So you
probably
successfully
good.
activated the cloaking device.
Okay.
Skip the 3 for determination.
Okay.
That may be needed later.
Okay.
All right. So,
Thank you, sir.
you rolled your assist for
Yeah, he
the
got a
thing.
2.
I paid the 1
Yep.
to get an extra die.
If we did 3, we're home free. So
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. So you get 1 because he got.
I got 2.
You get 2. So the difficulty is 5.
yes, we got 5. That's 6.
That's 6.
Okay. You managed to beam over just in time as the Discovery wreaks havoc with phaser fire and other torpedoes, and jumps again.
Okay. So now we're on the Discovery.
You're on the Discovery. You're in the
Okay.
transporter room. There is one engineer just at the console, just suddenly looking up. You have one opportunity to somehow disable him.
You.
Okay.
You're gonna die.
No, we don't kill people.
I'm killing these people.
You're killing people?
They terrorized my planet.
Oh,
Are you sure?
Okay. Well, it wasn't they that terrorized.
I'll stun him.
Yeah, okay.
Stun him.
Fine.
I think
Okay.
I'll stun him very hard
Why don't
in
you
the
use
head.
your blade so it doesn't register on sensors?
Oh, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, I'll use my blade.
And that tends to kill.
Phaser fire tends to
Yeah.
draw attention.
Daring security, difficulty of 1. See, melee makes it even easier.
Okay.
Ah.
As opposed to their daring and security.
Let's see. Let's see. Daring security. That's 16 for me.
Okay.
You get 2.
And I got 2 successes there.
They only got 1.
Okay.
So you're hitting him with like the hilt to knock him out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if my thing
There
has
is
a
no hilt on these
It's
things.
all blade.
Okay, so you stab and he's
it's
just bleeding
vicious.
out. Okay.
Yeah, it's vicious.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
2 plus 5.
I am going to use my hypo spray to take away his pain, and then I'll bandage him up so he won't die.
Yeah. That's a 2. Oh, it's terrible. Only got 2 damage there.
What?
But just
He's
4s
like-
and 3s.
he's like going there,
Him
it's like,
shaping.
"Ow."
I don't get to use this often enough. That's the problem.
Obviously.
Can I-
It is one-handed. Can I use my other hand to do non-lethal damage?
Okay, roll again.
Thank you.
That's a game of 1. Oh, that's not.
Oh,
no, 1.
okay, 1 success.
Well, they got a nat 20, so
Ah,
All right, good.
Okay, so he's out.
yeah, he's out cold.
All right, that's
Okay.
fine. Good. I'll accept it.
Okay.
He's not a fighter. He's an engineer. So
Yeah.
I want to rush to scramble their transporter logs so they don't have a record of it.
Well, they didn't
Okay.
transport us over. We transported.
But we transported onto their pad.
yes.
Yeah. It was our law.
Daring security difficulty of 3.
Daring security?
3?
Not daring security, daring engineering.
So
Sorry.
that'd be me.
Okay.
You're gonna
Hey, I am
assist?
programming
You're gonna
a
assist?
computer.
I can assist you.
Yeah.
I assist 1.
Don't bother. So 2, 3, 4, and I'm working on transporters, so 5, 6 successes on my side.
That's 1.
We've only got so many.
You go ahead. It's that one.
Okay. I am. Okay.
Okay.
I got all 3 under my engineering.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh. The lights are dim in this room. Practically almost pitch black, actually. The door is locked.
Door is locked.
Mm-hmm.
They locked their transporter room shut with the transport guy in it.
The only thing you see beside the door is a square blue panel.
Okay, now you.
No
already
particular controls on said
cleared
panel.
that. Yeah.
Should we put the
If you wanna
unconscious guy's hand on it?
If you want to do reason and engineering,
Yeah, I'd like to know what that is.
okay.
Reason and engineering?
Yep.
3 successes.
Difficulty of 3. So, yeah.
That rolled its second one.
Wow. Keep that one. This is good for this game.
Okay.
Anyways, you find out this is a breath print lock.
Oh my gosh.
So they don't use voice print or IR scan. They breathe on their door locks, and only authorized breath prints are allowed to open it.
You have to have
So I'm gonna give this guy a Heimlich.
Romulan brandy or something.
Hold him up.
So basically, for every door you try to open, you have to find the right person with an appropriate breath print to unlock it.
Well, can we determine if the breath print is reading DNA? What is it actually reading?
Apparently the breath is individual enough for people that it works the same way as a thumbprint or iris scan.
But it has
Some
to be,
people are just always drunk and they have to stay that way.
No, if it's interrupted in any way, if they're drunk, they won't allow them in.
Yeah.
It has to be a pure
But if they had their
Sober
their
sample.
print made
when
while
they were
they're
drunk, they
drunk,
had to be drunk all
there
the
you
time.
go,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Can we come
Also
up with,
technology that wasn't featured in any other section of Star Trek, but
So you basically go up to a door and go, shh.
yeah. yeah, you breathe into it to make sure, yeah. Otherwise, like, your alcohol level is high. You're not allowed to enter the engine room. Why not? You could blow up the engine. I don't care.
Wow.
Don't drink and drive, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So how are you going to get past it?
well, we
Heimlich
could.
maneuver on the guy.
Okay,
You
I
can
guess
kill him.
daring
Yeah,
and security, difficulty of 1.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You're basically grappling the guy and forcing him to breathe.
Oh, I need to use one of those to reroll.
Uh-huh.
There we go. I got a 2, and this is hand-to-hand combat. So
And he's unconscious right now, so he can't really respond. But
Yeah.
otherwise, just to make sure you completely fail,
yeah.
you manage to open the door.
Okay.
Okay.
We gotta find a way around these things.
So did you want me to?
So as you go in, you see that immediately to your left and right appear to be the crew quarters. the lights are still dim to the point where it's if you know if you don't have like what the equivalent I guess of dark vision, it's still very hard to see.
Okay. From our experience on the Gale, do we know the layout of the ship?
From what you can tell, let's make a reason engineering.
Yeah, you're wanting to get to engineering?
Reason
Always.
engineering
Yeah.
difficulty 2. You know there are 17 decks, so
Which means there's only 10 person a deck. Well, 11.
yeah.
Wow, a 2 and a 20. I'd like to spend that because I
Yeah.
don't want that complication.
No. Wow, the dice has failed you.
Okay, well,
You have no idea. It looks completely different. Like they learned their mistakes from the Glen and completely built the Discovery just to mess with you.
okay. So our sole mission is trying to disable the ship.
As you walk down the hallway a bit,
I can think of a way.
the
Well,
computer
multiplayer.
the computer intercom says exiting dark mode now. Computer chimes as the lights suddenly brighten. Now if you want to make an insight in engineering with the difficulty of 2.
Well, that's 1 success. Or 2 success. That's another 1.
Okay.
It's only rolling 20s and 1s today, folks.
That is a dangerous die.
It is. Can I roll up a halfling?
No. You believe the Discovery literally goes dark to ensure that there's enough power for the spore drive to work. Only essential systems are active
Okay.
when they use the spore drive.
Okay.
Were we able to time out how long that was for the spore drive to be active?
Yeah, I'd say we should know.
And it's been about, with the way that, the spore drive can be active as long as they're jumping from place to place. So it only deactivates when they've materialized somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been about 10 seconds,
Okay.
Okay.
which means at this rate they could be on a different quadrant by now. You could be in the beta quadrant, for
I mean, we're already in a different universe. How much further away from home can we really get?
Okay.
I don't know.
You haven't been there yet, so yeah.
It's been a long road.
getting from there to here.
Yes.
Oh, deep cuts to Enterprise. Makes you appreciate Enterprise. If you actually did watch Discovery, it would make Enterprise look good.
Yeah.
I liked Enterprise.
I liked Enterprise
Yeah,
too.
yeah, but I mean really good.
It
A lot of
was-
people still diss Enterprise.
It
and
was
think the
more
worst thing
innocent,
up.
and you sort of understood why it was that way because it was the first one. Yeah. Okay.
They're figuring stuff out.
Yeah. Figuring stuff out.
So now that it's brighter, you see this long hallway of just what appear to be crew quarters. Each of them having a breath print beside them. Lock.
You want me to just carry the guy with us?
Now figure out which one his door opened.
It probably would.
The three of us here, I mean, aside from you being human, even
Yeah.
our uniforms, everything about us is weird.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does this guy have any indication as his name or something on the uniform?
Bill.
Okay. And there's no names or anything on the doors, so
Nope.
we can't associate that.
Otherwise, you kind of think that if you were to just try him on every door, that would kind of trigger a security. It's like,
yeah.
air access denied,
Well, if they're all crew quarters, we're not really interested in this area anyway. We just want to go to a turbo lift and get to the right deck.
So, can I look at the transporter log to see who's on duty? You said Bill. Can I get his full name?
Bill Mendez.
And can I look in the crew complement to see where his quarters are?
Yeah, they're on this floor.
Okay.
Does it say which number that is?
Yeah,
What's the number?
42.
And what number are we at?
Lucky dog.
You're in the teens.
This guy got a small commute. You'd think they'd be
Okay.
nice and just station him right outside his duty area.
These
Yeah.
guys are jerks.
Yeah.
Even to the
The
subordinates.
crew complement at this rate for this kind of ship, they could be all over the place on the ship. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just his turn. On another day, he could be somewhere else. So
Yeah.
It wasn't like Chief O'Brien, who was always stuck in the same transporter room every day. On
that's
the
why he went to.
Enterprise.
That's why he went to the DS9 and
Yeah,
all over the
yeah.
place.
Okay,
All
well,
the zany adventures.
while we were in the transporter room, and while you were checking this guy's quarters, did you find out what deck the engineering's on? Where we want to go?
You see the Imperial garb that this guy is wearing? Now that it's bright enough to look at. His Starfleet insignia is solid black.
Ooh, they're really
And
beautiful.
there's hints of gold and red throughout his other parts of his uniform.
Huh.
Okay. Well, let's get to Bill Mendez's quarters and maybe we can get some spare uniforms.
If you
Are
want
there any devices on them?
if you want to do insight and security, difficulty of 3.
I got 1 success. I'll use 1 to reroll 1.
Okay.
I've used 2 more to reroll this 20.
Oh, you are wasting.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, that's still not a success, but at least it's not a critical failure. So I got a 6 so far.
You use
So
assistance?
somebody assist me. Yeah. Hey.
What was the thing?
Security and insight.
Inside. That's a good one. So
Okay.
you got 2.
That's 2 then.
Okay.
Yeah, 3. You said you want 3.
Yeah, you did 1
For,
3.
for spending so much, I'll just-
Okay.
Okay.
We sacrificed so much.
Yeah. You find an activation key card specifically for that transporter.
Hey, there you go.
So
I
it had
can
to be
use that.
in there in order for that transporter to be active.
Yeah.
Hey, you keep that on you. Yeah.
You also find that the black insignia represents Section 31.
Okay. Shinotama in chat says, "Hola, red shirt homies."
All right.
You're wearing a red shirt too.
I am.
Dead.
I am.
Hey! I told you.
Not bringing your A game. You wanted to bring a green shirt.
That's right.
Yeah, you
That'd
don't
be
want to be
silly.
invincible. You're playing Star Trek, you want to be a red shirt. Especially original
Yeah.
series. You want to be a red shirt.
Yeah.
All the cool ones are red shirts, don't you know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. A
I
little
mean,
bit
if we
of-
just want to destroy the vessel and we don't care about survival, we can do it pretty easily from a
And
transporter.
you have no idea what deck anything is on. You may stumble across the security deck and have a whole bunch of armed guards, you know.
No, from a transporter room, you just start beaming stuff around inside the ship. Oh, that's dilithium. Just over a few centimeters.
Doesn't take much.
No,
But anyway, I guess my original question was, did we find out what deck the engineering?
no, we don't know where.
No,
we don't know.
no, he rolled so poorly, critical fail.
Okay.
Do we know what Section 31 is?
Yeah, I mean, as far as that's one thing that
Well, in our universe.
Discovery, at least in the original series, also, I think there were a few episodes where at least some branch of Section 31 was mentioned for the top secret Starfleet stuff.
It's like top secret stuff.
Yeah, you knew that it's like Area 51. You know it exists. You don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
You don't know what they do.
All right.
Please don't storm Area 51. Please don't. That's the worst idea you could possibly have.
Unless you're Naruto running, then the bullets can't get you.
Clearly.
But it's kind of the equivalent. They acknowledge that it exists, but they don't acknowledge what it does.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But obviously this spore drive has something to do with it.
Yeah. Well, didn't it have something to do with it in our universe too?
They're trying to get it.
That's
They're trying-
spoilers
they're
for season
trying to get
2.
it.
But anyway.
So in this one, they got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, maybe they invented it. But anyway.
Nah, it's all stolen technology. In any case.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, since you're in the crew quarter area, you might try to break into his crew quarters, perhaps get some uniforms to disguise yourself.
That's what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
do we think that it's only human race on here, or are there actually, like, Andorians and they wouldn't know what he is?
Let's do,
There's 180 of them. If they don't recognize each other by face,
There's that too, yeah.
Yeah.
do a control and security with a difficulty of 2 to try to see if you can access their database.
Control and security?
Control and security.
That's a 2 and a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Shipboard ecosystems?
You're looking at a crew manifest, Captain.
Okay. Survival?
No.
Oh,
It
five
would help our
successful.
survival.
Yeah.
So you get one. So you get one more.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Two.
The majority, anyone who is in a command position, you see that one of them is a Vulcan.
Ah.
Okay.
Yes. Otherwise, anyone who's part of this Section 31 fleet is human, and then anyone who is not human is in the engine room, in the engineering.
Oh, perfect place for us.
Just
Interesting.
lots of non-humans, along with some other humans, but mostly non-humans in engineering.
I suppose if accidents are to happen, they most often happen in engineering.
No one on the job.
No, I'm not blaming you or accusing you of anything. I'm just saying that tends to be the case. At least on the ship. Obviously, when you're on a away team.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we try again to discover what deck engineering
Well,
does?
let's
So-
go get our
so-
uniforms.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
get our uniform.
Head count. Yeah, head count.
Okay, so we found the room number. We're gonna use the.
Just
Make
pretty
it
easily
fun.
without
Yeah.
even checking, unless you want to get some momentum back.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We'll
roll.
get complications.
Daring security.
Daring security difficulty of 1 still.
2 successes.
Okay, you have momentum. You manage to open his
Mouth.
yeah,
Yeah.
force him to breathe again, and
Yeah.
just kind of just
Uh-huh.
drag him into his own room. You're just gonna leave him there, maybe. Otherwise, he seems to only have clearance for
I
This
gave
floor.
yeah this floor.
I gave him a hypo spray to make sure he's out for a while.
Okay.
Okay.
You have one in your inventory.
I do have one.
Okay.
Yes.
He's got a whole med kit.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
I've got
what
one.
it is. So, you find uniforms for each of you, although non-humans might be a little difficult to argue. Oh yeah, I'm still part of your Imperial fleet that does not accept non-humans, except for that Vulcan. We can't,
Uh-huh.
Just override the replicator to make uniforms.
And I said there are uniforms in his available. It's just a matter of whether they will disguise you
Right,
properly
right.
if you're not human.
Engineering uniforms.
Engineering uniform. Oh, there.
Was he an engineer that we knocked out?
Yeah,
Okay. So we already have engineering uniforms.
Uh-huh.
they're red shirts.
So we just need to get down to the engineering so you guys
They
can...
still have the same kind of coloring as original series. That red is engineering, that blue is science, and gold is command.
And women wore less.
More or less, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
Except that there's more gold trim because Imperial and
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
What about the legendary green command shirt?
What?
Well, I like
that.
green.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. Okay.
Sure wore that a couple times, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I suppose he did.
Well, they also had
What was
the professional, the
The dress clothes.
dress clothes, the dress
Yeah.
suit that only the senior staff wore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Senior staff.
Those were
Oh.
more the green ones, but
Sheena Thomas says, "Man, I always forget your player names. Sorry, you should get some nameplates to help viewers."
so we have Matt is playing Lieutenant Commander John Smith.
Yep.
Our old man Leonard is playing Wayun 15,
Wait, you.
and John is playing Garib Shran, Lieutenant Commander.
I'm not a number.
And David is the game master.
I am. I'm everyone else. And this is a custom campaign of Attack on Discovery.
He's the
Because we
master.
don't like Discovery.
If it was good, they'd have it on regular TV supported by commercials. But anyway, continue.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
if they had
yeah.
faith in it.
They
as
would
a
have put
product.
it more than just the first episode on CBS. Yeah.
And they wouldn't cut down every time somebody tries to do a review about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yes,
Okay.
he said it's still would be a good idea to, put up names on the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, we used to.
We used to do that, yes.
You know, if we lived in a just universe, we'd be on like season 18 of Firefly right now.
There's that too.
Yeah.
That too.
Uh,
Well, by that point, we might actually not enjoy it anymore.
yeah, they
I mean,
they
really?
run out of ideas.
You might have run into the ground.
Well,
Most
still-
shows that last too long.
Doctor Who, until now, has been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah.
shows going downhill.
Yeah. Quick. Okay.
Anyways. So you have uniforms.
Okay.
You have this key card that would activate the transporter. believe it's like to the particular transport you're at.
Ooh, question. Could you use your medical equipment
Yes.
in order to basically, like, can I have him like breathe into some sort of apparatus
Yeah.
so we have a bit of a saliva, and then you basically like adapt a hypospray in order
Yeah.
to simulate his breath?
Well, hey, that's an
Daring
idea.
in medicine, difficulty of 3.
Daring? Oh my goodness, daring. All right.
You're
Daring
trying to
medicine.
jury rig.
I will assist him with this.
A breath print.
2 successes.
I did not help, but I did not critically fail either.
No,
so
you did not.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I got
good.
one of them is matching my medicine. Would it be under genetics? Oh.
Genetics. Is,
Genetics, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go give me 2 for that one then.
Okay, you,
So
then
3
you
total?
manage.
You got 3 total.
All
Right,
right.
you're able to sample
Yeah.
without having to constantly give them a Heimlich maneuver over
There we
again.
go.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
How
Okay.
many? Is it just keep replicating the same breaths?
Yeah.
Or do we have a
Okay.
certain number of breaths?
It's the same breath.
Okay, okay. So we can just do it on any door then.
Yeah.
That he has access
That he would have access to,
Yeah,
which is not
right.
many, because he's...
No. But we should have
Okay.
been on most turbo lifts.
But now that we know how to do this,
Yeah.
we can knock out more people and upgrade.
Ah.
It's like going through the game, Doom, and just trying to find each card in order to access the next door.
Oh,
We
wow.
found the red card, now we find the blue card.
Okay.
I'm gonna type IDKFA with the computer terminal. It's all weapons and keys on Doom.
Doesn't work like that.
Okay.
With your other insight to security check, you're looking at the crew manifest. The captain's name is Sylvia Tilly.
Sylvia Tilly.
Wasn't that one of your girlfriend? Oh,
No.
no. Okay.
If you're familiar with Discovery, she is the dumb redhead, the ditzy redhead. That's in the ISS universe. She was in charge of Discovery.
Another
Before
reason.
it,
Another reason not to like Discovery. Redheads are not dumb. They can be feisty. They can be exciting and mean.
Yes, well,
but
the
they're not
ISS
dumb.
version of her, the Imperial version of her, was not dumb.
Okay.
It was just the regular version of her
Okay.
that wasn't in command.
Yeah.
That they basically, when the other
Yeah.
ships contacted the USS Discovery saying, ISS Discovery, what's going on? Expecting Tilly to respond, she had to act all tough and mighty like her counterpart.
Sheena Thomas says, I just finished Doom 2016 on Nightmare without cheats.
Bravo!
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Yes.
All right. Next. So, we still heading for engineering?
You still don't know which deck it's on. If somebody else wants to try
Starship.
Reason Engineering, because he's already tried.
Reason engineering. That would be me.
Difficulty of 2.
Let's see. I got 1.
I'll assist you there. I barely did it. 1 success of 2. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
You realize you are currently on deck 12.
Yeah.
That's the security. That the engines are on deck 8.
Okay.
4 decks away. Somebody get your laser drill out. We're just going to go straight in.
He suggested no energy weapons.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
No disintegration rip. I know, mixing universes, but hey, if Discovery is going to ruin Star Trek, we might as well ruin Star Wars too.
I will get the arrow
We're bringing Jar Jar?
right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We're going to kill Jar Jar and Discovery at the same
I
time.
thought you were talking about Duck Dodgers. I will get your ear with a disintegration ray.
No.
Duck Dodgers in 24th and a half
You do
century.
remember the scene in, I think it was Empire?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, where Vader's going through all of the assassins and tells the IG
The bounty hunters.
bounty hunters,
Yeah.
and tells one of them, no disintegration rays. Like,
I don't recall that, but okay, if you say so, I believe.
There's like 8 aliens that all have their own unique names.
and one of them's Boba Fett.
Of course. Good old Bobo.
Yeah. So, moving on from that, because this ain't Star Wars. We have played Star Wars before.
All right. Find the turbo.
Yep.
Does it require a breath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You just spritz and have a little breath. Because he's an
Yeah.
engineer. He should be able to go to the engineering deck.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
And no, to the next.
So you open the main engineering deck?
let's see. I'm using my tricorder to see if there's anyone outside the door immediately.
No.
Okay, they can go outside. We don't want to be surprised.
So you open it up.
Yeah.
You find a huge room full of agony booths, with one large one in the center that contains a giant blue worm-like creature. It is clearly a dead carcass propped up by tubes and chains, with wires leading into it into all the other agony booths, filled with non-human captives and human rebels.
This is the engineering?
Yes. 2 engineers monitor this drive at a console.
This is why all the
Yes.
the aliens are here.
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
I pull my phaser pointed at these two.
Why don't you do reason engineering, difficulty of 3.
This could be interesting. Let's use one of those.
Okay.
Need assist too?
He's doing this on his own account.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay. You see, at least the missing link from the USS Glenn is that they don't just have the spores, they have what appears to be a tardigrade. But this tardigrade has been used, unlike, and this is kind of my interpretation of, in the USS Discovery universe, the good side, they decided to disable the project because they didn't want to hurt a living being, whereas the ISS decided, we're going to run this thing until it dies. And then we're going to take its DNA, inject it into our prisoners, and force them in agony boosts to power our drive. So it's literally a biological drive that kills people as they run it to jump, because they don't care about lives. What do you think?
I think we need to disable this thing.
I think I got 2 new volunteers.
Yeah? So you're pulling phaser and pulling rank as a human to say, hey, these are new prisoners, put them in agony booths, and you're going to power the drive with them.
Before we're spotted, we need to know what your plan is.
Yeah, there's no time for that. Just trust me.
You have to react properly.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
We're being like Chewbacca. You know, we're stuck.
Yes.
Yeah. Another Star Wars reference.
Yes.
So the 2 guards see you, a human, holding your phaser up to these 2 guys, and what do you say?
I got 2 more for the booths.
Very well, they say. They locate a few empty booths, because it's just huge rows and rows of people just chained up, whimpering, screaming. Some of them fresh, fresh slaves. Other ones just on the verge of death. Every time they run this drive, they practically like pipe the screams of everybody, just like, oh yes, the beautiful screams of our prisoners as they power our ability to go anywhere we want.
Tell
so
me
it's like in Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
It's Monsters Inc. They're powered by screams.
Tell me you know how to disable these booths.
My goal is just to make you laugh, so we don't have to do this anymore.
There you go.
Obviously, that's not as powerful.
Tell me you know how to disable these booths.
But each of them have the wires to the point where they keep the tardigrade DNA in order to, as he figured out, send it to everybody else so they can act the same way as the guy in USS did, sacrificing himself. But, well, we don't want to kill anybody. They're like, we don't care, we're going to kill everybody. If anything, they take as many captives as they can to continue to power their drive.
Shigetama just said, you can trade a secret to make them travel further with laughter. And he says, he beat me to it.
Okay. Well, no, wait a minute. All right, so...
No, I figure it's like, if they're going to have
torturing
agony boosts anyways, isn't it kind of a thing to, why not make it useful?
Yeah, okay. All right, so they I mean,
It's
did
eco-friendly.
they ever figure out how they get the tardigrade to go the direction they want?
The tardigrade basically is able to navigate instead of the closest one.
Yeah.
They're able to plot a course, and the tardigrade makes jump,
Yeah.
very
but I
quickly.
mean,
How do they force
how
the
do they
tardigrade to
go?
actually make the jump?
The tardigrade itself
It's
is a
big.
natural connection with the spore,
Yeah.
and by injecting its DNA into other people, giving
We
the
get
same
that.
connection. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but the thing is,
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. How do you make the tardigrade actually go?
Because
well-
it's looking for it travels this network.
Yeah.
And you tell it a specific place in
Yeah.
the star chart, and it's like, oh, I can go there.
But if it doesn't want to go there.
They shock it. They torture this thing and force it.
Okay.
We will kill you if you don't do this. And they just ran it into
That's
the
what
ground.
we're trying to get at.
okay.
Okay.
Well, so what my plan
Hence
is...
the agony boost.
That's what my plan is if you can disable the actual agony part of the agony booth, we can pretend we're agonized, but if we have a way to understand how this thing is sensing apparently if you get the DNA,
Yeah.
you can sense the...
Well, they have
clusters?
not only chains to keep the people imprisoned in the booth,
Yeah.
they have wires and tubes that they inject you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying, though, is somehow all these people must know where the next jump point is.
They basically force it into them.
They couldn't all be concentrating on exactly the same point. It'd be unlikely. So that only one at a time is going to create the jump point.
Okay.
But if you had two people generating opposite jump points, what would it do to the drive?
Make a reason and security check on these agony booths. The
So-
difficulty of 2.
If we weren't
Reason, security.
If we weren't actually agonized, we could concentrate on...
2 successes.
Okay? You
Nice.
see that these agony booths are equipped with monitors that basically, they force the people's eyes open, they
Uh-huh.
force them to see the star chart.
Uh-huh.
And it's like they are focused on, their minds are focused on that
Yeah,
particular spot
yeah.
they want to go.
Right.
That's how they force them, like,
But what I'm saying,
to all
though,
think of the same thing.
what I'm saying though is if we could disable the agony part of the agony booth, and so we could concentrate on 2 different spots, maybe we could force the drive to not work or destroy itself because it's trying to go 2 different ways at once.
Alright, so you assist them in chaining them up in the booths.
No, as we walk, I'm going to pull a Chewbacca.
You're just going to take out these guards while you're...
Careful, he's getting free!
Well,
stab.
there wouldn't
Okay.
be very many guards in here because everybody's chained up in the booth.
These 2 engineers, they do look a little more beefy than the guy you took down in
Yeah.
engineering.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Well
the
then,
transporter room.
I stabby stab.
Okay, daring security.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to use 1 to reroll this 20.
Okay. Might be a good idea.
That's still 2 successes.
Okay.
And actually, since it's hand-to-hand combat and it's below my security,
3 successes.
sorry, 2 successes, sorry.
Oh.
2 successes.
Okay, well, you get a momentum because they only got 1.
Okay, good.
Lucky you.
Okay. Now roll some decent.
Okay.
Okay, so that was just the first guy. How much damage are you doing?
1, 2...
Are we gonna? You're gonna pick? You don't have any extra. 2.
It says here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an effect, it's 5.
That's double because it's lethal. Or
Vicious.
Yeah. So it's another 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's enough to injury. If 5 or more, it
Okay.
causes- oh, he's down. But the other guy
Yeah.
notices this and tries to stab you because Imperial guys love their melee weapons as well.
Sure!
Uh,
Come at it, bro.
Yeah, you make daring security opposed to his.
Alright,
He got 3.
3. Okay. Well, I got a 5 and a 17, but if I have the same as my security, I do have hand-to-hand combat as my focus, so that's 2 successes.
Okay.
So still 1 above me.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
He will stab you for.
Can we roll? Or do you want to try?
I'm going to leave that.
Okay.
that. I can take it.
Mhm.
I already used up a bunch one time
Yeah,
already, so I don't want
yeah.
to repeat that.
Okay.
8 damage.
You might want to roll to avoid injury.
Huh? Roll away.
8. What do I roll for that?
I don't know. You got a book here.
He's got the book. I have a D&D book for 7.
Here, go ahead.
Roll to avoid injury.
It has starship damage breaches on here, but I don't see injury.
I know it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, you
Avoid
stabbed the
injury,
first
page
guy.
178.
Yeah, you basically stabbed the first
There you
guy in like the lower leg kind of thing,
Yeah.
and he's just crippled on the floor, going he's bleeding out.
Good. Good.
But the other guy stabbed you really hard.
Yeah.
So, I have a question.
Uh huh.
Since engineering's always full of a bunch of cool conduits and things,
Uh huh.
can I use daring gun engineering to just shock the heck out of this guy? I'll spend a momentum for the advantage. Of having a
This
conduit or
engineering, the
something.
way that the spore drive works, is different than the warp core engineer.
Has to be some power cable floating around here.
It appears to be all through the ceiling.
They can't reach it.
The idea is that it loops into the agony boost through the ceiling. There's nothing on the floor.
Alright, it says here avoid injury to eye. What does to eye mean? That's the cost.
2I?
Yes.
Maybe it's a. I have no idea.
Other ones say like one plus IR.
Immediate and R. I think there's a description of. This is why we don't like combat in this game.
Yeah.
Ship or
Anyways,
person to person.
So effect. Avoid suffering a single injury. The cost may be paid by suffering a complication instead. Other factors may increase the cost further. May only be used once per scene, though additional uses may be obtained.
Yeah, I can see that. It's also combat momentum spends. So you can spend a momentum or two momentum to avoid that injury. Or you can just... Still, you got this other guy who is uninjured, who has severely stabbed your guy for trying to fight back. What would the other two of you like to do?
Okay. I got my hypo spray.
Okay, you want to try to
Knock
a
him
daring
out.
security, difficulty of 1 versus him trying to try to grapple you off of him.
Okay. Let's see, I've got 12 now. 2 successes.
He also got 2. So you're just kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 176 for avoiding an injury.
I'll try again because you're basically
Yeah.
locked into each other
Okay.
now.
So it costs 2 momentum.
1 success.
I'd say use the 2 momentum to do it.
Okay. I use 2
That
momentum.
way you're not disabled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I got 1 successful now.
He got 2.
He got 2. So
He's got the hypo spray next to your neck,
uh-huh.
ready to inject you and knock you out.
Okay.
Right,
Since
what are
you're,
you gonna do?
Guess I'll stun him.
you're gonna stun him.
With your blackjack.
Control securities, your range, or you're trying to go back behind him and knock him out.
Well, you got
Phaser.
Yeah, you got your
Phaser?
phaser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Control security, difficulty of 2.
You know, if we're already here and we're
Yeah.
doing so poorly,
Do we ever get any batteries in this?
so let's use a.
Yeah.
We got batteries.
Plenty of batteries into it, but they work worse for some reason.
Doesn't work very well at all.
I don't know. In any case, it's the next gen phaser, so we shouldn't have it anyways. But
Okay.
Minor action to do the charge to give it vicious,
okay.
so I can actually roll some dice
Yes.
and maybe do something. And what the heck? Let's just go lethal.
Okay.
Let's take him out.
Yeah, you're not getting any points because everything here is lethal.
Yeah.
Normally you get threat, but hey, they're all bad guys. It's like you're fighting space Nazis at this point. So.
Wow. I got 1 success. He's not.
That's not enough.
Yeah. So now we'll actually use that determination
Yeah.
for 3 momentum.
For 3 momentum. Okay. And then spend 1 or.
Yes.
Okay.
2 successes.
Okay. You match.
Okay.
Roll damage.
3 lethal damage. Yay.
All right.
This is
I'll
what
give
happens
you another
with
opportunity to
security, too.
hypo spray him.
Okay.
He is down on the ground.
Okay. Let's see. 1 success.
That's-
Spend a
That's all you needed.
That's all I needed. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Good.
So now he's unconscious.
Okay. It's unconscious.
And the other guy?
The other guy is still just bleeding out and crying.
Okay.
You want to put him in the agony
So,
mode?
No, we don't do that.
That gives them more fuel. No, I just want to knock him out.
No.
No. Okay. I
I mean, you
can
could just
hypo spray.
imprison him in there. They've got like chains in there to handcuffs to forcibly. You don't
Okay.
have to.
I don't know how well
Well,
enough it works. I'm just going to knock
If
him
you
out.
don't put in the IV, it won't get the DNA, which won't.
I just want to knock him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just I'll hypo spray him.
Yeah, there you go.
Fine. Daring
Okay.
security difficulty of 1. You're just trying to knock him out
Oh,
instead
okay.
of.
You got 1.
2 successes.
2 success. Oh,
Okay. So you get 1 momentum
Okay,
back,
you knock him out.
and you knock him out. Just
There you go.
Okay.
good old fashioned punch.
I patched up his bleed out so he doesn't die.
Okay.
And we can put him in chains. So they're both out, but we can put them in chains.
Yeah. So now you've got
Okay.
access to this as best as you can describe it, bio drive.
So, how do we disable the star whale?
Starware?
Star whale.
Star whale. Oh yes.
Okay. Well, we got to figure out. Okay, is it actually being controlled here, or is this is where they keep them, and they actually send?
This is where they keep them. They can
the
control
bridge,
from the bridge. Yeah.
From the bridge. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, logically, if we wouldn't let them turn off the torture part, then can we find a way to communicate with the star whale so that we could?
It's dead.
Oh, it's dead. Oh, it's actually dead.
The tardigrade is dead.
Tardigrade is dead. Okay.
Yep. It's actually what's it? Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Water bear.
Okay.
Water bear is
Oh,
the
yeah.
simple name
Okay.
for it. Yeah.
So the logically, are they going to be using more than one person at a time?
Oh yeah, they've got like at least 100 of them in here.
Yeah, I know they have a lot of them, but
Yeah.
I thought that was just extras. For when they die off, they shift to another guy.
Pretty much. They don't necessarily use all of them all the time, but the screams are more fun than their benefit.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to drive at too. Is they use literally two people simultaneously, whereas okay, one person,
Yeah.
you're all injected with it. We're going to use you this time.
The more they use, the faster they go, but also
yeah.
the faster they die because they're using them up.
Yeah.
So if they have a lot of prisoners to go through, they won't care. But if they want to be a little more stealthy about it, they might just use a few of them. It's like their booths light up. It's like you're the lucky contestant on the. No. Like that.
So we also want to make a massive prison break.
Yeah.
Can we disable their mechanism so even if they catch us, they can't reuse it because it's stopped. They can't use the tardigrade.
The only ones that open are the ones that are already empty.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying disable them. Whatever.
No.
The only thing the
pumps
consoles do here is just monitor their health
Yeah.
and lock them in. But otherwise, all the control for activating them and releasing them is all from the bridge.
Well, I'm saying destroy the DNA transfer device, so they
Like
can
break
no
into the
longer.
tardigrades?
Yeah, break the tardigrade's DNA. Since the tardigrade's already dead, then.
Well,
I
everyone
guess
that's
that
already been hooked up already has the DNA in
Right.
them.
Yeah, so
It's
it's
just-
Right.
could we first?
But they couldn't get anybody else.
Could we first? And
Yeah.
we're trying to make stop that in general, anyways.
Right.
Could we
They would
first?
just have to find another tardigrade.
Yeah, but that's not as easy said. Easier said than done.
Could we first try to put like a loop on the life signs on these things, so that when we do figure out how to set these guys free, that they don't know on the bridge until they want to make their next jump, because as far as they can tell, they still have their life signs going.
Good answer. Good answer.
Daring and medicine, difficulty of 4.
There. Yes.
Trying to fake life signs.
I got 13 on that.
Okay. I've got 13 on that too.
Okay, I'll assist you.
Okay. Okay, I got 1 success.
I can get a
Let's see.
success. We both use 1 to reroll.
Each
Okay.
reroll. Yeah.
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 All right.
Okay, that's another success.
I got a
Technically,
success.
I probably have 2 here because I get genetics,
Genetics, yeah,
and
there.
it's below my medicine.
Okay.
So
I've
it's
got
2,
3.
3, 4.
Yeah.
47. Yeah.
You're able to set up a feedback loop
Uh-huh.
of current occupants.
Okay. I think it'd be a computer thing too. Okay. All right. So,
Well, it's more about understanding how it gathers
Yeah,
that
yeah.
information than how the
Okay.
computer displays
Well,
it.
how the life signs look.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So anyway, we got that. All right.
There are about a dozen that are nearly dead anyways, that if you disconnect them, they
Yeah.
probably just die getting out of the tube.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a misery. Let me die.
Obviously, they
Okay.
just run them until they die, and then they
Yeah.
empty the tube and find more prisoners, throw more in, yeah.
Okay. So I still want to just disconnect it.
Wait a minute. What's the mechanism then that lets us get in there in order to if they die in there then?
If they die, the pod open, the booth opens.
Oh. So
And-
crap, we need the reverse of what we just did.
Well,
We need to say that they all died, so they're all getting ejected.
Well, let's see now. What if there's a way to glitch the system and make it look like a glitch where it looks like they're all dead for a moment, and then they all come back online. So it's like they went offline.
Okay, all right.
So it's up the control center, they would kind of wonder, what? They all died? And then they'd come back online.
All right,
So
since you set that up, we'll
we
do
need
a
to-
daring medicine difficulty of 1 to just temporarily disable it.
okay.
Maybe assist, maybe get some momentum back.
Yeah.
Daring medicine?
Yes, daring medicine difficulty 1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got 2, technically. Because I got, let me just go with the next again.
I got 1,
Three
so
total?
3 total.
So 3 momentum.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
As you suddenly disable all of them simultaneously, all the pods all the
Yeah.
boosts just open up, and the ones who were already near dead just basically collapse and die anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
But the other ones are just like slowly trying to, at least they're still chained up. You still have to
Yeah, okay.
undo their bonds.
Get your cutting phaser out and get them out quick. Because we want to make this look like a
I was
glitch.
wondering if I can get to life support from the engineering.
Okay. While he looks at that, I
Yeah.
free one, he does medical aid. I free one, he does medical aid.
Okay.
Life support's on deck.
And as we free them, we
I
close
can't
the
control
thing.
life support from engineering?
No, this is the different. There's 2 different engineering bays. There's the spore drive engineering bay, and then there's the warp drive engineering bay.
Gotcha. Can I get access to the ship schematics from this one? Using one of these guys' cards.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
I want to pay attention to the Jeffries tubes.
Oh, yeah. Get one of their breaths.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah. We've sampled their DNA, got their breath, saliva.
Okay.
So now we have 2 breaths we can work with.
Yeah.
Just do another daring security difficulty 1
Okay.
to make sure you don't completely fail.
Okay. 1 success.
1 success, so 2.
Okay, so you get 1 momentum.
Actually, just genetic.
Give me opportunities for momentum. Don't just say things
Yeah,
happen, right?
I'm fine with
Right?
that.
Also
Yeah.
give you opportunities for complications. This is also very
Yeah.
good.
We're being creative. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So you got 2 more samples. You believe that they are rather similar to the one you already had, but
Yeah. Okay.
Well, do we want to go up to the, work our way to the other engineering?
Okay, so we've gotten everyone out. We've closed up the pods. We've
yeah, where are you going to
reactivated-
put all these people?
We've reactivated the signal. First, we have to.
There's
communi-
races. There's
We have to
Andorians and all kinds of
Does our universal communicator work with these guys? I guess it should.
I
A
understand.
lot of them are
so-
too weak to
Okay.
even move at this point. But
Yeah. Well, we really can't do much with them other than maybe. Can you hide them in Jeffries tubes? You've got the schematic
I say we give the, 2
Or-
strongest, the phasers from
from the.
This is security.
the guards. We give
Yeah.
other 2
they just had
knives.
daggers. Yeah.
They don't have phasers?
They were more melee based.
Okay.
Okay, well, the strongest one is the daggers.
As engineering, they weren't tactical. They
Yeah.
weren't security.
They didn't want to shoot something in engineering.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still say we disabled their
Let's have
DNA,
them try and run amok.
their DNA transfer, so they can't get any more people. Won't do them any good to hook them up. You roll for that?
Maybe find some sort of a method of creating an acid inside the big base that has the tardigrade in it
Oh yeah, so
that just destroy the DNA that's available there.
Okay. Well, the transfer method would be.
They can repair the device. They can't repair the DNA there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
And like I said, he's already dead.
As you're arguing,
Yeah.
We're debating.
as you're debating,
Yeah.
the bay door opens and you see a Vulcan with a beard.
Ah.
He points his phaser at you and fires.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Told you we should have just disabled.
Control security.
His control security, you don't have anything to do about it.
It's only
It's a
melee that you
surprise.
roll
Oh,
against.
there's no defense really? Okay.
He hits.
Uh-oh. You've already...
Another 6 damage. So it's another injury.
Okay, it's first injury because you avoided the other one.
You avoid the underrain, but this one is
I'm going to use my determination to ignore this injury.
okay.
You need to fix this when we're done.
Yeah.
He uses his communicator. Captain Tilly, we have intruders aboard.
Ah!
Uh-huh.
Shinotama says, surely the one with most finesse would have the dagger, as they normally use their dex weapons. Not the most strength, you know.
Yes, yes.
Well, Star Trek works very differently.
Very differently.
Yes.
Okay.
So he continues pointing the phasers. If you all get back in your agony boosts, we'll pretend like this never happened.
Oh.
Well, we've already disabled the thing, and he was arguing about destroying the creature.
I shoot him back.
So,
Go ahead, control security difficulty at 2.
I'm using my charge to do vicious.
Okay.
ooh,
That's one success. I'm gonna use 1 to reroll.
Okay.
2.
Yeah. That's
You got 2.
2 successes. And I also have hand phasers as a focus.
Okay.
So that's 3 successes.
Okay.
So I get 1 back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Roll damage.
Yes, I will.
Vicious.
That's 8.
Is it vicious or...
What does vicious give me again?
Plus 1 to the damage.
On
So if you
effects.
roll a 5 or a 6, it's really worth 2.
Okay.
Okay.
6, 6, 6.
1, 2, and then 2, 1, 5, and 2 6s.
Okay.
So
1,
6,
2, 3, 4,
7,
5,
8,
6,
9.
7, 8. 8.
You had 1, 2.
1, 2.
Right. So the 2's 2, the 1's 1,
No, you didn't
and
have
all
one.
effects are 2.
Okay, so 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Okay. He spends 2 threat to avoid the injury.
Okay.
Okay. Are you going to shoot at him?
Sure.
Okay.
But he is still up and still very mad.
A Vulcan being mad?
Since I have
this is the alternate universe.
great chances, let's spend one of those to get
One
an
of
extra die.
Okay.
Right. So that's 1 success. That's 2, and I don't want that, so spend a reroll.
Okay.
All right, that's at least not a. So that's 2 successes.
2 successes, yeah.
And of course, vicious, because that's all I can do against one target.
Right.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. You knock him out.
Woohoo!
Get his breath.
He's not.
Okay. Okay. We got his breath.
Still
Cut his
daring,
throat.
We're using the breath to lock the door.
daring security difficulty of 1 to
Okay.
force it out of him before he passes
Oh,
out.
yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's
This was all lethal.
I got 2.
His Vulcan physiology makes him more.
Well, he's got a breath
Sturdy.
still in his lungs.
Yeah.
We can force it out. I got 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all
Final
we want.
breath.
We
One
want
momentum. You force his
Okay.
breath out.
All right.
You believe this is Commander Spock.
Okay.
You just killed the. Yeah.
I thought we just knocked him out.
So
You did lethal
Anyway,
vicious
lethal,
damage.
vicious,
destroy the
okay.
body.
That's usually what
The
they
only
face.
non-human
Kill us.
in the Imperial fleet.
We use his breath to lock the door
Okay.
so that someone else can't surprise us.
He also has a gold uniform caked in blood now.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't know. Phasers don't make blood. They cauterize their own. About those Jeffries tubes.
So, do we want to just get rid of them first?
Why would we want it to eliminate the body?
Well, one, it's just we get to kill Spock.
Well, plus we get his phaser probably has a disintegrate.
Might want to go to a new scene take some time to heal.
Yeah. You help me heal. Everybody else in this room.
Okay.
As
Tries
much
to heal.
healing as you can provide to the people who are, dying out here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got a little time. We've locked the door.
Yeah. You search his body to see.
See what card or access or
Get his
weapons or
yeah.
anything.
weapon. Yeah.
That really hurt.
It was just a Type 2 phaser,
Okay, same as me.
Okay.
and no other cards. He figured, obviously, if he were captured or killed, no other, other than his communicator,
healing?
he doesn't have any,
He's
didn't bring
book.
anything to
get
compromise
the
security.
How's healing work?
Well,
Healing, basically, you're supposed to, after each scene, if you
Yeah.
survive, it takes like a few hours perhaps,
Okay.
but then you just get it all back. But there's also potential of something else happening, like succeed at a cost kind of thing. But it's rather vague. Everything in this game is rather vague.
Okay. So you're just going to say that while we're healing in this room, we remove all stress.
Yeah, you remove all stress and you're trying to come
repair
up
my
with a plan.
injuries. Okay.
Because they still have their warp drive fully operational. They may not be able to instantly travel anywhere, but
okay. So we need to go to the other engineering.
which means unlocking the only door in here.
Well,
How many of the crew, how many of the captured, have recovered?
About 20.
Okay. More than we came in with.
yeah.
Figure if anything, you'd want to try to send them to the transporter room, and I think you can get them back to
We
your
don't know
ship.
where they're,
You don't
where
know
we
where
are
they
now.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to upgrade my phaser to the Type 2
His
Right.
phaser.
Okay.
You just
Yeah.
took his phaser.
and
Yes,
give my
Spock's favorite.
phaser to
One of the other guys.
one of the other guys.
Okay.
All right.
So there you go.
Uh-huh.
What is the difference between a 1 and a 2? 1 damage?
You get 1 damage, yeah.
It's
It's not hidden
it's
either.
3.
Phaser Type 2 can't be hidden.
That's fine.
Yeah.
3 plus your security.
Exactly, 1 more than Type 1, so.
Yeah. And then charge 1 half. Yeah.
Okay. So I say we gotta have these guys do a Spartacus style raid. They got enough weapons to try and take someone else and keep going.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
true.
assume Spock would have had at least 2 weapons on him.
Yeah, does Spock have a knife?
He would have had a knife. Certainly.
Yeah, he had a knife
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
All right, so they
Now
got
we got 3 knives.
3 knives and a
Yeah.
phaser.
I'm keeping my knife.
Uh-huh. Okay.
My father gave me.
So this is the
Yeah.
basically the plan for Storm Area 51. They can't hit all of you.
So can we find out what deck
But-
the other engineering's on?
You already said Deck 4.
They're still okay. Still, they're both on deck 4.
Yeah, the
So-
last
We're on
report-
deck 8.
Yeah.
Can we take Jeffrey's tubes to 4 while our freed and liberated brethren commence havoc?
Just on the rest of this deck.
They do whatever they want on this ship, but I imagine they
A
want
lot of
some
them just
people.
want to leave. They don't want to fight.
Yeah.
They're not, even the ones that are healed are just like,
Yeah.
we're not fighters. They will take us down if we try to confront them. We need to get out of here.
They can't take you down. You kill them first.
There's an
Well,
expansive
they only have
shuttle
one
bay on
phaser,
Deck
though.
10.
Yeah.
With at least, I think this, according to the official description, it has like 8 shuttles in it, which is the most any shuttle bay has during this time. They intentionally had like a,
Ooh.
although they will recognize a shuttlecraft leaving and have more than enough firepower to take a shuttlecraft down if they have.
That's not the idea.
I thought you were going
That
to
means we-
set a shuttlecraft to go on overload and blow up.
I mean, shuttlecrafts are warp capable.
They have a lot of energy in them.
Not during the original series. Only in
Well,
books.
but they could still have. They have a
7
power
detonating shuttles are.
Whatever drive is inside them can explode.
I do
Yes.
remember reading that description. That it wasn't until next gen that the shuttle was going to warp.
Oh yeah.
And
Even then, it was only like warp
Road.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the episode where Wesley
Well, the
Crusher had to
original
pilot
had
that part?
the nacelle looking.
They went
Yeah,
impulse.
it was
It was
sort of
impulse. Yeah,
Okay.
not warp.
Okay. Well,
But that's on deck 10.
Yeah, that's on Deck 10.
So we're 4.
You're closer to that than you are to
they're
the
just
other.
going to shoot out anything unless we wanted to just go
Yeah,
suicide on this
yeah.
place.
Well, you know, if we could program a shuttle, we could distract them by sending a shuttle with nothing on it. maybe one of the
Yeah, but then
the
it's
dead
pull a Star
bodies.
Wars and say,
One of the- what?
don't bother to shoot that probe. It's empty.
No, put one of the dead bodies on it with its fake lifetime thing. And
Okay, at this point, this is pretty much all the notes I had because I didn't know where you would go from this point. So it's
Yeah.
like, I can't possibly
All right.
plan for all the things you could do right now.
Let's go to the shuttle bay.
You got time. We're
Yeah,
improvised.
yeah.
I know what we can do. Let's go to the shuttle bay.
But do you like what I had so far?
Yeah.
okay.
Program a
Well done.
shuttle
Yeah.
to give us about, well, a couple shuttles.
Yeah.
Give us 10 minutes, take off, and head straight as fast as they can towards the nacelles. We'll disable the warp drive that way.
Okay.
That's a thing. Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
trying to get far, and they can't react that fast.
Yeah. It's only so many meters away, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If their spore drive was still active, they could just jump out of existence.
But it's not.
no.
And we took away the pilots.
Yeah.
Where's the photon torpedo bay? What deck is that on?
Deck 12.
We were just
Ooh.
next one.
We should go there first, guys. We could have fun with that.
What happens if you explode a torpedo in the torpedo
What happened to
tube?
going to their other engineering room on Deck 4?
That's farther.
Yes.
If deck 12 has the armory, we're going to the armory.
I do like weapons.
But Deck 12 also has security.
Uh,
Everyone there is thoroughly armored and heavily armed.
well, the other engineering's on the deck we're on. We're on deck 4.
No, we're on
deck
12.
Okay.
You're
we're
on deck 10.
4.
10.
10.
No, well, we went to 10 to get to the shuttles.
Oh, 10's on these shuttles. You're on
Yeah,
8.
no, that's what I said.
Right.
We're on
You're
8.
on 8.
Oh, 8 is the one.
Shuttles
with
is
the-
10. Yeah.
All right.
Armory's 12. Which is also security.
Yeah,
Let's go down to the shuttle bay,
yeah.
prep them to launch at the nacelles to
It'll be
disable
up
the
to
ship.
showing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No,
Wait.
down.
Down. You're on
Okay,
8.
Deck 1 is
Down
on the
10.
top.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right. You go
Okay.
down, yeah.
Do that, and then we make our way to engineering.
Okay.
Okay. So on to the shuttle bay.
Alright.
Are we bringing all these people with us then?
Well, they're
All
good.
the ones that want to try and come.
Yeah. Well, they hear about shuttles.
Everyone make a control security check to try to sneak your way through the Jeffries tubes. Difficulty of 2.
I'd like to make some rerolls.
2 successes.
Okay, you match. Good. One.
Two
Okay.
rerolls.
So spending all your momentum.
You got. I need one reroll.
Okay, you don't have enough momentum for both of you.
Oh, I don't.
No.
How much do we have?
3.
Can I spend a determination to just force about
one.
You
automatic?
can force an automatic 2, yeah. If that's what you.
Automatic
Yeah.
Okay.
All
so
right,
he
I'm gonna
does
force an
that. I do
automatic
that.
2.
Okay.
So I got one success. So we
Keep 1.
yeah, keep one.
You
Keep
got
spending.
2 successes, is what he's saying.
2 successes, right? Well, I have 3 successes if I got an automatic 2.
Okay, you got 3 successes then, okay.
3.
Right.
So.
So
yeah.
you keep one.
All
Keep
right.
1.
He spends one. Yeah.
He's spending 1.
Uh,
Or he's spending 3.
He's spending 3.
I have to
3.
spend 3.
You have to spend 3.
Well, we got
But
one.
we just got one back though because of
Yeah, I
him.
got
Exactly.
one back. right?
Well, I mean, no, he's spending it.
No, I'm not spending it.
We already
I
had
get
3.
a
So it takes
determination.
1 to roll his first and another
Yes.
2 to roll his
Yes.
second one.
Yes.
Right.
We already had 3 there, right?
Oh.
He's
He
getting.
spent determination, not move.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
spent
Oh, okay, right,
Yeah,
determination.
exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm saying you get one back.
Okay.
Unfortunately, even on the reroll,
Is that good?
no.
As you're traveling through the Jeffries tubes, force fields appear above and below you.
I can disable those.
You have no console to disable them from at this
He's
point.
got a sonic screwdriver.
Can I shoot them?
I
There
got
are
an
also-
engineering multi-tool.
There also a small panel opens up in the Jeffries tube and a small phaser, like automated phaser targeting system, fires at you.
I stab at it.
Stab at the.
Yes.
All right, I guess maybe
Yeah.
daring and security plus their control and security to try to shoot him.
2 successes.
Okay. Roll damage.
7.
Because the phaser also got 2 successes against him.
Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you get 9 damage.
It's just a little bit. 9 damage.
Okay, you disabled phaser, but it does 5 stress damage to you.
Alright,
before it
momentum
goes
to
out.
avoid.
Yep. You only have 1. You can't. You have to spend 2 to avoid it.
No, well then, guess what, guys?
You're injured.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're still trapped.
So is he only he trapped, and we're the. And we got past it since we won.
Well, he basically triggered the security in the Jeffries tubes to
But like
lock
how
you.
far? Which ends of it?
Yeah.
Like, is it the whole thing?
Yeah, 10 feet above and 10 feet below.
Okay, I shoot the one above us then. We're going up, right?
They're going down.
We're going down.
I'm down.
He's unconscious.
Oh, you? How many stress did you have?
5. Well, he had
Well, that was injury,
Yeah,
injury.
so I'm not doing much.
not doing much. Sure.
Okay.
I'm saying which direction
Now if
are
I
we
have
going?
my
Can
first
I
aid here.
can I get a
You're out of
hypo
combat.
spray to?
You're
like,
basically
jury.
Jeffries tube, one above the other, and
Can I jury rig or whatever it is to get him back on his feet, get him moving again?
First aid.
First aid.
daring in medicine, difficulty of 1.
Yeah, he does the jury rigging. You do the first
Okay, I
aid.
did the first
Yes.
aid.
He's on an android.
Okay. Essentially, it'd be 2 successes. I think. Well, this is a 2, and I'm trauma surgery.
Trauma surgery.
Trauma surgery.
2 successes.
Yeah, 1 momentum then,
Yeah.
as you are no longer injured. I guess.
Injured?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Which way do I shoot? Where are we going?
Down.
Right now. Okay, I shoot the phaser.
Okay, control security, difficulty 2. Plus 1 because you're in cramped quarters, so difficulty 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's 2 successes, and instead of using my
Yeah,
hand
maybe.
favor, the 3.
All right,
3
roll,
successes.
roll damage.
All right.
Vicious.
Viciously, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7.
6, 7. That's it.
Okay, you managed to disable the force field below you.
Okay,
All right.
go, go, go.
Another force field activates another 10 feet down further.
I shoot that one.
Wait a minute. Did we find the sensor? It's telling him where we are.
There are
That's
no actual consoles in this Jeffries
No,
tube.
but I mean, there's lasers in the wall and there's sensors.
Pull out an EPS conduit.
We want to destroy the sensor. So
Okay.
We can't tell where we're at.
Do reason engineering, difficulty of 3.
Okay, you got that one?
Yes.
Tell me where to shoot.
You want to assist me?
Okay,
Someone with
I'll
reason
assist.
engineering?
Yeah. I got 14 on that.
All right.
Ah, that's success.
2 here.
There we go. Okay, 3.
Same match.
Okay. So we successfully.
You tell me where to shoot.
Yeah.
I already rolled 2 successes.
Okay,
Okay.
roll damage.
Viciously, of course.
Mm-hmm.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 10.
Okay, you have managed to damage the entire security
Of that.
of this Jeffries tube
Yes.
and a couple of other connecting ones. You should be able to get to deck 10 safely.
Okay.
All right. Man, you guys are jerks. I hate them. I want them all dead.
Yeah, who would put lasers in a Jeffries tube? They expecting little animals to get loose?
You probably would.
No, you would.
No, not lasers. Disruptors. But not lasers.
Okay.
Disruptor are close range. You're right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A graviton emitter.
You won't let that go, will you?
That's a
Point
heavy.
singularity weapon.
Yeah, I know. We have a chance. I know.
Okay, let's go. We're in
Inside of a
deck
Jeffrey scoop. Shoot.
10. We're in deck
That's
10.
good.
We give off Hawking radiation.
We're looking for. But now we don't have to deal with the hogging radiation because
No.
I can't use it for anything.
Right.
So,
Deck 10.
deck 10.
Deck
Yep.
10.
What do you want to do?
Gain
Oh.
control of the shuttle bay.
Shuttle bay.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Anyone on duty in the shuttle bay?
You said there were only 11 people per deck. So,
That's what it'd work out to, roughly.
Yeah.
Assuming that they were evenly distributed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've already taken out 3, so.
Uh-huh.
Wait, 4. That's 4 guy.
Yeah.
176 to go.
Barely an even match.
There are reports of phaser fire among the other captives before you enter the shuttle bay. Of like, they're not doing so well.
Okay.
Okay. But
They're basically spreading out, trying to get wherever they can, but a lot of them are still being taken down. It's more of a distraction than anything. I
Better
guess.
for them to
Yeah.
die now than be say tortured.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
So shuttle bay,
yeah.
Yes,
we can't do anything for him.
It's currently empty
Okay.
All
Of
right.
people.
of people. Yes.
Okay. It has
There are
the
8 shuttlecraft in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to control the shuttlecraft in 10 minutes. Does that sound about right?
Sounds good.
You
Sure.
want to try your breath on it? They're all breath locks on it.
We have Spock's breath.
Yeah, we have Spock's breath.
If Spock hadn't get into it.
Nobody.
Apparently, you can't.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Spock was drinking.
Well, no. Why don't you roll a reason security, difficulty of 2.
One success.
Okay. You want to help him?
Yes.
Assist? Okay.
Reason security.
Oh, yeah, I should be good. Oh, 1.
Natural
I
one.
got 2.
He was really the one that asked
Huh?
anyways.
You got a little
Okay.
momentum. You realize being the only non-human in the Imperial
He still
fleet,
wasn't allowed to.
he still wasn't necessarily trusted with access
Okay.
to everything.
Okay, so
Wow.
we'll try the other 3
Engineers.
Yeah.
Are they their engineers?
There's no one. They weren't access to this floor either.
Their engineers are
Ah.
pilots.
Oh, great.
You have no breath that'll open any of these, and no one else is there to knock out and take over.
Could we not touch any of the control panels, but do a DNA test on the control panels to see if there's any DNA left that we can duplicate?
Yeah, there would
there's
be.
there's
Still.
fingerprints, but there's no breath on them.
Well-
You need a breath print to open these locks.
Well,
they're smart. They gotta have.
Well, yeah, but breath is
Can't
developed
just-
from.
Yeah.
Break open the panel and open the door from its motor.
Mm,
Bypass the security.
Yeah.
Just open the door like any engineer would.
okay.
See, I'm not an engineer. I wouldn't think of that.
Daring engineering, difficulty of 3.
Oh, let's see. 12.
It's 2.
What's that?
It's 3.
Okay, you match.
Okay.
You're able to break open one of them.
Okay.
One of the turtles, okay?
All right.
Now-
Let's start programming.
Okay.
Now, does this shuttle bay have the open bay with the force field keeping the
Yes.
atmosphere in? Okay, so the shuttle can be programmed to drive right out
Yes, or
That's
someone
right,
could
okay.
disable this force field remotely and suffocate you all in the air.
and suffocate. Are there
Let's do this quickly.
spacesuits in this bay?
There are.
Let us find
Are
a
they
spacesuit.
They are also breath locks.
They are breath.
How good a pilot are you?
I mean, I got Con 4.
Con!
Is it control or daring or?
Because if you fly tight enough to the ship,
You would be controlling con.
They wouldn't be able to
Okay.
sense you?
That'd be 16.
you
And
fly
I am
close
trained
enough.
I am trained in small craft.
Yeah.
You just skim the surface of this sucker.
Yeah.
I don't see them being able to lock on to us too easy.
And if they could, they might
So
shoot
you're gonna
themselves.
crash and sacrifice yourself by going into the nacelle?
No,
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily.
No, I'm thinking fire on the bridge from within the shields. Ride the skin
So-
of this thing.
So this shuttle has a laser or phaser on it. At least one phaser probably.
No.
There's no weapons on the shuttle.
Nope.
Could we use? Okay, are there any armaments in this room?
No.
No phasers or anything.
Nope.
Right, so nacelle plan?
The only other thing I think it would be somehow try and mount
Let's
my phaser onto the side and
That's
have
not
it.
powerful enough.
No.
That's true.
all right. We planned on taking 2 shuttles and hitting both nacelles. In order we need to hit one because they have to be balanced
Oh yeah,
to
you're
run. So all right. We'll be in one shuttle and have another shuttle be remote control to hit the nacelle.
So you're
So we
saying
still-
try and break into another
We need to
shuttle.
break into another shuttle. We're planning on doing 2 anyway.
Why don't you make a reason engineering difficulty of 2 to find out more about the Discovery itself now that you're inside it?
I'll assist. Hey, it's another success.
2.
This is the most success I've had with engineering.
Okay.
2 successes, so I
Okay.
agree with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you realize that the Discovery itself is the bridge, and the outer is like a series of concentric rings that when it does particular things, especially when it goes into dark mode, when it uses its warp drive or any other drive, it's able to actually rotate like a sphere of multiple concentric rings around itself. You've seen at least the design of the Discovery?
No.
Ever? No, you have no idea what it looks like.
No,
Otherwise, it looks like a flat nacelle, but it's able to spin like a sphere,
Like a gyro.
like a gyroscope around it. Basically, as a further self-defense, it automatically can smash into anything before it gets into the center bridge. They're willing to sacrifice other decks on the outer edge of their.
I gotta see what this thing looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting design. I'll give them that.
It still doesn't really coincide with Star Trek, but
You can look up Crossfield class or just USS Discovery. Most of them will probably show it as a flat design, but when it's doing pretty much anything that the Discovery typically does, they just start to spin around. It's really interesting.
which you think would mess with their gravity.
Huh?
Whoa!
Well, they have, dampening field.
Inertial dampers, yeah.
Inertial dampening.
Seems highly unnecessary.
If anything, you would not be able to fly the shuttle fast enough before one of these sections of their saucer would slam into your ship.
Well, in that case, we would just need to attack one of the points at which it connects to the rest of the ship.
Because I believe the
One of the
design
joints?
shows like 3 concentric sections
Yeah.
that spin around before it gets to the center. I don't remember exactly, but we're still looking at
Yeah, I
it.
wouldn't think.
I'm trying to find one where,
Where it's spinning.
yeah.
If they
Yeah,
have to
so
be-
like I said, most of them show them straight, but
I mean,
know
if
that
they're,
there's-
if they're actually on
but you can see how it would
tracks-
work.
If they're actually on tracks to spin around, the track would have to be free from debris and flat, so the thing can move without friction. Otherwise, it's going to have trouble.
Yeah, they never really go into why they use it or how it
Yeah.
works. It just looks fancy.
Yeah.
Spinning is so much cooler than not spinning.
I look over a video of it in motion. I figure somebody would have made a GIF of it or something.
I forget what this
I mean, I
looks
see
like.
it spinning
I saw the first episode.
circular, but not all the way around until I guess it's activating this drive.
Yeah, I mean, but they've used it for more than just activating that drive, though. They've had it as a defense mechanism against the bridge, and it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, if next generation saucer section can separate,
Yeah.
why not? You know, have a unique
Well,
thing.
that's a lot simpler than screwing around with the decks.
All of a sudden you're going, whoa, sideways.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. It just looks pretty.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, see, it just looks like it spins around,
Yeah.
not up and down.
Okay, well,
So it's not
Because
You have it so quickly.
not gyroscopic.
right.
in that last spin, I'm guessing, is the spore drive.
Yeah. I mean, they've got other scenes. I think it's like, if you look at it from season 2, I think there's other scenes in
Yes.
season 2 where the whole
Oh,
thing
so-
is like,
Well, yeah, but they can only spin that one.
I don't know. In any case, it's weird. Okay,
Yeah.
it's
Well, where's the nacelles then?
they're still in the back.
It's on the back.
Okay, they don't show up very well
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're still on the back.
in that. Yeah.
All right, so is your plan to just hit the nacelles
Like it.
anyways, or
I mean, we take out one nacelle and they're not
Yeah.
really going to warp.
Yeah.
They'll be venting all
Um,
sorts of stuff and
Either that or the deflector dish. Because you can't go to warp without a deflector. Because otherwise you
yeah, but that'd be farther away and
That's true.
and more defended as well.
Yeah.
These, you know.
Yeah, they have it.
We'd
The
have
nace-
to pass by more,
The nacelles are supposed to be streamlined,
So-
but this thing's like, what I was
Yeah.
able to look at least the USS Discovery had 6 tractor beams. The ISS
Yeah.
Discovery replaced those with 6 phaser banks, so they can
Ah.
fire at 6 phaser bank targets simultaneously.
Okay.
Huh.
so set this for 10 minutes and then we try and get to the engineering.
And then autopilot it to hit the nacelle?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and autopilot both of them.
We only
we're
allowed
gonna,
in one.
Are we going to actually be in one?
No, just set it, program
Oh,
it
okay,
in
we're
10
only-
minutes to slam into
Okay.
an exit.
So we just have to
So-
make sure we're out of the bay so we don't get like vacuum. If they-
All right,
so
this
what-
would be a daring and con,
Okay.
difficulty of 3.
All right. Hey, 15.
uh,
Oh, you said it was control con. I mean,
Or
the daring
control.
con's fine. I mean, either one.
Daring and con, you're
Okay.
trying to do it kind of.
Control con, if I was flying it
You fly
myself,
directly,
I'm
daring and con
programming
to
it.
pro- yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
that's
will
fine.
assist him.
okay.
Yes,
I got
2
one.
successes.
And,
One over here.
Yeah.
You match. You've got one system.
okay.
You got one open, one
So
just
we
that
can
same
get
one
out
design.
of,
You
we
still
can get
haven't
out
opened
of the
any other
bay
ones yet.
before it takes off.
We already had one open, yeah.
Yeah,
It
we
was to
got-
program it to go to
You
the...
have, yeah. I
Okay,
thought you wanted
okay.
more than one though.
Oh, no. We're just going to program one to
Just
go
gonna
to
Do
the
you want to
nacelle.
try for a second nacelle? Just get both of them and
be
stop
nice.
the warp
In
drive?
case one gets shot down,
Yeah.
we could do that. Okay.
Daring
Yeah, the-
engineering to open another difficulty 3.
I'll assist you on that. I did not assist.
Two's here.
Nope.
Reroll.
Reroll?
One reroll. One right. Hey! That's success. I got to roll 2, yeah.
Alright.
Match, you managed to open it. Now another
Okay.
daring and con.
And I
Very
assist
calm.
you.
Also difficulty 3.
15. That's
Success here.
one success. I will use another one to reroll. Hey, that's a natural 1.
Hey, we get
You get
one
one
back.
That's
Okay.
Well done.
So we
So now
program.
you got 2 of them open and programmed.
Now, let's leave the bay before they turn to
Yes.
force.
We gotta get out of here in 10 minutes. Or
Yeah.
at least find somewhere else to be.
Yeah. If I don't,
Yeah.
where we are in space
Fitness
too.
and security, difficulty 2, all 3 of you.
Fitness security.
Fitness?
For a 10-minute stroll to a turbo deck?
No, you're trying to run out before they close off all the oxygen in this room.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Hey, I got 2 successes.
I got
Okay, two.
so one success. I'll spend the
Reroll.
reroll. 2 successes.
All right, you
Alright,
all managed
okay.
to get out just after the whole place
Okay.
depressurizes. They can't stop your like
The
programmed
Okay.
units, but
But they can't stop them. You know, they can't.
And there's 2 of them going for the separate nacelle.
yes, yes.
So,
So, get a,
engineering?
surely.
Part
And-
2.
Yes.
Engineering, deck 12.
Okay.
Okay.
You still got to deal
I
with the
thought
security
engineering
and the
was
Jeffries
deck
tables.
4.
Deck 4? Deck 4.
12
sorry.
was armory.
Right, 12 was
Yeah,
already deck
deck
4,
four,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah. You're going up now.
Do we want to try the Jeffries tubes or do we want to risk the turbo lift?
You can go back up to deck 8 without any issue.
Yeah.
But then
Well-
anything above that is going to be like either disable them or it goes to the Jeffries tube.
Well,
or
let's
it goes
go
the
to deck 8
hull-
and then figure our strategy from there.
Okay, up to deck 8.
Okay.
All right, back up in the spore engineering area.
Now, where's our distraction? It's still in this area?
No, some of them have moved through the turbo lift. You see a
Yeah.
couple of dead bodies
Yeah.
of people. The security have moved on from killing the
Yeah.
escaped prisoners and just.
This is my life now, just destroying ships. This is what I do.
You're certainly good at it.
I don't want to though.
The bad thing
As
is
long as I
we
escape
don't
the
know where
burst.
we are. We're going to destroy the nacelle, so we're stuck wherever we're at if we live. Okay.
So,
Could be the end of the campaign. You have to start
Yeah.
new characters. I don't know.
Yeah.
do we want to try the turbo lifts?
Uh,
If we're okay, great.
yeah.
If not,
The turbo lifts could be opened at any deck in between here and 4.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily know that Spock is dead though, so we could use Spock's breath to activate
Yeah,
turbo
that's
lift.
true,
As
yeah.
far as the computer's aware, that Spock is in there. And we took his communicator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
let's give it a try. What's the worst that can happen,
We
right?
get transported in space.
And then we get to see an explosion as we hold our breath.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
we're in the last 10
To
minutes.
quote Bubsy, what could possibly go wrong?
Okay.
Yes. The quote that I will never remember.
Yes.
I always forget it and think, what's the worst that could happen?
All right.
No, it's not the quote.
So we're
Turbo lift.
Turbo
Up.
lift.
Turbo lift up. Okay. You the communicator activates. You hear a woman's voice asking, "Commander Spock. Commander Spock. This is Captain Tilly. Please respond."
okay. Now we know what Spock sounds like. Does
You
anybody
heard
have
him
a
say
voice?
a few words. Are you
No,
sure?
no, wait a minute. We know he could have a rough voice because you know, we've caused him to breathe in some gases that may make his voice kind of throaty. So does anyone think they can imitate it? Alright, I'm trying to get to the bridge.
Presence and command, difficulty 4.
I have 13 for that.
Presence.
You're 12.
I'm 12.
Okay, it's me then.
You're it.
Yes.
Can I quickly set up interference from my tricorder to reduce their difficulty?
Sure. Now it's difficulty 3.
Okay.
You answer as calm.
Yeah. The prisoners have escaped. They're spreading throughout the ship. I got stabbed, but I'm recovering. I'm on my way out.
Presence command, difficulty 3.
You're gonna need an extra die or something.
Spend.
Do I just roll? Do I
You spend one to get an extra die, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
And if any of those are 20s,
Presence and command, 13. One more to reroll one.
okay?
Yes, 3 successes.
Okay. You hear like a thump. To the glory of the Empire! Keep fighting!
To the
Okay.
glory of the Empire.
All right. So we make it to
Deck 4?
deck 4.
Yep. Main engineering.
All
Okay.
right. Certainly sparks down there.
Yes.
So, Mr. Tactical Officer.
First of all, I use my tricorder to find out how many people are behind this door.
There are 4.
4. Okay. Are we going to go in phasers blazing?
White beam.
White beam.
You're cold.
And we're both.
Does
Gonna-
he? How far do you think that the reactor would be away from the door? If I do
I
it
have
this
no
angle.
idea on this ship model.
Okay.
Of course. Does he get a proximity of how far these life forms are, or?
Well, according to this, doesn't really have like feet range because
Yeah.
deep,
Well, you know, like
But-
close, medium, low, far. That's what I mean.
medium.
Okay.
They're about
All
medium.
four were medium.
All 4 of them are medium distance.
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So if we do a spread, and we just open and shoot,
Yeah.
should be okay.
Well, and if you could combine both of your phasers, I don't think I have a phaser.
You do.
I do? Oh,
You
okay.
type one phaser.
So we have 3 phasers then. All 3 of us. Can we combine all the shooting?
You don't
We've
cross
got
the
a
streams.
surprise. Don't
Well, no,
cross the
we
stream.
do layered, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
later.
So you open the door.
Open the door and just shoot in.
And shoot it.
Okay. All roll control security difficulty 2.
And we're all doing area.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Success?
Oh yeah. That's 3 successes for me.
2
Okay.
successes for me.
Okay. Match.
I'll use one of their momentum.
Okay.
2 successes for me.
okay. Roll damage.
Okay. And this is widespread. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
How many do I have? 6 for the regular phaser?
It would be
Type 1 is 2 plus
two
your
security.
Oh,
It would be 4, so 6 for you, yes.
6. Okay. And this is okay. Get spread. is
Widespread, so not vicious.
4.
Okay.
1 extra hit with the spread, so
I got
5 damage from mine.
Okay.
okay. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a spread.
I had 4 plus
5.
1 spread, so 5.
Okay.
5, 5, 5.
A volley of sparks and consoles are fried as you don't actually hit any people, just all the equipment around them.
Well, I would think they'd be looking at the consoles. Of, what's going on?
The people were hiding behind the consoles.
Oh,
Okay.
they knew we were coming.
They knew you were coming.
Have we
Ah,
done
they
anything
fire
to the
back.
warp drive?
No, you the warp drive is far distance. So you didn't hit them, but you hit all of the consoles that would operate the drive.
Okay. That tap is good.
Yeah.
Can we all just bring duck back and have cover from in the turbo lift?
All right. They will each attempt to fire at you.
Please tell me there's some form of cover.
Well, we were behind this door. We fired through the open door.
You fire through the open door.
So we
And
could.
then we all went back.
But you kind of expected them to be standing there too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah.
Small target. Anyway.
I'm curious why they thought Spock was going to shoot on them.
Yeah, they believed there was Spock coming. But anyway.
They're just afraid of Spock.
Wouldn't you be?
Well,
I was.
They didn't like
Yeah,
now
Spock
he's
because
dead.
he was a foreigner. They didn't like Spock because he was a foreigner. Anyway.
He had a beard.
Anyway.
Yes. Ooh, one of the guys rolled 2 natural 20s and shot himself.
Thank you.
But another
Thank you
guy
for the
did
compliment.
land a hit on, say,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll roll damage.
Since I haven't had any hits.
You have not had any hits.
Seriously, take out a coolant tank.
What does it look like?
It's the thing right next to the warp drive.
Oh, what does the warp drive look like?
Big flashy thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see a big flashy thing with the thing tube beside it.
You take 8 damage.
Hey! Woo! I'm
Yes. Oh dear.
Well, you're not unconscious.
Well-
You're just injured.
How many stress do you have?
down. Left?
Yeah.
5
1, 2,
left.
3, 4, 5
Okay.
left.
Okay, so you're injured on the other side, incapacitated
On the-
basically.
well,
on-
outside in the
yeah,
corridor. Yeah.
Yes, in the corridor.
Okay.
So now 2 of you left. What do you want to do?
Shoot at the coolant.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we see it cool from this angle?
Okay, it's going to be a control security difficulty of 3 because it's going to be hard to.
Well, you're
pinpoint.
both shooting.
Are
Anyway.
there 2 coolant tanks?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll both shoot it.
Well,
shoot
can
at
I
someone.
assist him in shooting at the
Yeah.
coolant?
and one of them, yeah.
Okay.
We're both targeting the same coolant, thus assist.
Okay.
That's a 1 success for me.
2 successes for me.
All right.
Okay, roll damage.
Usually coolant fills the room full of vapors and stuff you don't want to breathe.
And destroys everything organic.
Oh, yeah.
1, and then 1, 2, 3 5s.
Are
And
you
this
doing
was
vicious? 'Cause you're linked- yes.
Vicious,
Yes.
yeah.
So those are worth 2.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. You
And-
managed to rupture the tube.
We
Okay.
have a coolant leak.
Hey, you better eject that core! I pull him inside, and I close the door.
The red alert goes up, and the door starts to close as the whole thing is starting to, you know.
Fuck!
Wait a minute. He would be inside necessarily. We were all standing at the door.
Rune Dibley is in chat, says, "Sup boys, long time no see."
Hey,
Hello.
welcome back.
Okay.
Looks like you just did some serious damage to their warp core, and they're
Yeah.
going to forcibly eject it.
Yes.
After we've been on trouble with Demis and nacelles, and now we're going to beat the work core out too.
Suddenly the ship goes a violent shake. Violent shake.
Everyone.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
We're destroying this Discovery because it's evil.
Yes. The I.S.S Discovery.
Yes.
Now give it a proper destruction, not just destroy it off screen. Because, you know, they're
Yeah.
bad guys.
Reasons.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you remember to pre-program the transporter so you can just go and it'll take us away?
That would have been a good
To
idea.
where?
To where? Yeah.
To where? You have
We
no
don't
idea.
know where we are.
No, no. You're on a
one-
ship full of
in one of the
enemies.
shuttlecrafts in the shuttle bay.
That would have been a good idea.
You
Yeah.
only locked 2 of them and sent them out to autopilot.
Yeah, but if we could transport
So now the
ourselves
ship
into
is,
the
is
shuttle.
pretty much crippled,
Okay.
but there's
Okay.
still a whole bunch of people who, especially in security, are going to be after you in probably a few minutes.
Okay. Would there be any way for us to go back to the shuttle bay, repressurize the room, unlock the rest of the shuttles?
Well, that's a bit much. One
I'm
shuttle.
hearing a lot of engineering problems
I
here.
think we'd
That's why I said
be
it.
better off getting to the transporter. We have the transporter card, transporting ourselves into the shuttle, and then taking off that way.
Well, that's an option. We know where the shuttles are.
Yeah.
The you're going to turbo lift? turbo lift is locked now.
Yeah, well.
It won't open with Spock's print anymore.
No.
We
Let's
used one of
see.
the other ones.
Still, it won't work.
Let's see, what deck are we on? 8?
At this point, they
4?
recognize who's dead and whose prints have been used where they aren't supposed to be.
That's okay, we're done with it. Anyway.
You're pretty much trapped in this deck at this point.
Well, from this.
Yeah. Jeffrey's
Yeah,
tubes are
that's
still security. They're going to have,
Yeah.
more lasers and more force fields.
Okay.
What else is on this deck?
It's life support, as I said.
Ah.
That'll do!
Yeah.
Gonna go really kamikaze and just kill everyone on board, or
Not in the room for life support.
No.
no?
Alright. Okay, so we identify, you had the schematics to the ship.
Yes, let's
Take
go to
us
life
the
support.
Okay.
And,
I mean, already we've made this ship.
Okay.
It needs to get to dry dock, and it can't.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm scanning to see if there's anybody in there.
There isn't,
There isn't anyone in there. Okay,
but it's also locked.
let's force the door open.
Daring engineering difficulty of 5.
Hold on,
Whoa.
I'm sitting here thinking about something. How long does it take for a warp core to
Explode? As soon as you ask that question, gigantic boom
And the lights
From
go dark
outside
again.
the
from
ship.
outside the ship. Shake, 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 shake.
Rocks fall. No one dies.
Oh.
There's
the-
blocks
the-
in the ship?
Always.
Okay.
You need to pay attention to these
The
things.
ship's computer reports singularity detected. Warning, engines failure.
Well, we knew that.
We got rid of the spores!
You got-
We have Hawking radiation!
Yeah.
You have black hole as well. That's sucking you.
Okay.
Uh,
Could we try to? Well, no. Could we try to impulse the ship? No. that
No,
wouldn't
nothing's
help.
working. You have no
No.
warp, no impulse, no spore
No.
drive. The
let's
ship
get
is.
into life support anyway. I think
Alright,
the
so
emergency
difficulty 5?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do this.
doors. Okay.
I'll assist.
Yeah, you had to assist.
You
We
said
only
it's-
need to get at least 2 ones.
You have no momentum right now.
There's that too. So it was what? Daring and
Daring and engineering.
engineering.
My lowest one.
I got a 1! I got 3!
I got
Okay.
no steps.
Oh!
I know. I got
Okay.
my.
You want to spend your determination to get
You
another?
already spent it.
I already did my determination on my leg.
All
right,
determination's been spent.
right. All of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know,
Use threat!
Threat.
You
Generate
want to give me
threat.
2 threat?
We're surrounded by threat anyway.
What
So
the heck, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what else is gonna happen on this ship?
that's it. What's this?
You have 3.
You're 4 now.
Alright, what else
4.
can we do?
Can I help too?
I'll let you help too.
Okay. It was pretty bad because I have to get under 10. 10.
Hey!
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 That's a
Hey,
guess,
you managed to
alright.
get the door open. Okay.
I hail.
Okay. We get it inside there.
You find that due to the threat, the only way to turn off life support is to turn off in all of the rooms.
Okay.
It won't let you keep the life support on.
I mean, we're going into a black hole.
You're basically turning on dark mode, which turns off all
Yeah.
essential systems, and at this point, or at least beyond all essential systems.
Uh-huh.
So the whole thing will just go dark, no power, no life support, nothing, and you'll just drift into the
Sim.
black hole and destroy.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope the rebels appreciate it. Can we get a message out to the rebels through
We have-
subspace?
Um,
Is there a way to?
Were they able to find out where we jumped to?
no.
No. But if we send a
There's a new black hole in the galaxy.
It just about time to find that though. Yeah.
They find one, well, not that you would know personally, but like out of
Yeah.
game, they're just like, there's a giant black hole near one of the spore parts, because they know the spore map. And it's
Yeah.
like, maybe those are guys?
Well, actually, we would slowly be going into the event horizon, and it would take years by their standards
Yeah.
to see us go in.
Mhm.
Just like
Time
in,
passes normally to our perception, but not from theirs.
uh-huh.
just like in
Black hole.
Interstellar?
Interstellar.
Andromeda?
Andromeda. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They
That is
could've
one
done
thing.
Another Gene Roddenberry.
Memory Alpha
base-
did compare the spore drive and stuff to kind of things that were planned in Andromeda. So it's like, we're honoring Gene Roddenberry's. No, you're not. No, you're not.
You do know at some point getting close to the black hole, part of your body closest will start shredding apart before the body farthest.
Yes.
Fascinating.
So, you succeeded in your mission, but you're all dead.
Yeah.
But can I vent the main bridge just for funsies?
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone is dead.
Yeah, but they're dead faster.
Yeah, dead faster.
I mean, I like want to open the hatches
Uh-huh.
and watch them get blown out.
Fun. Not that you can do that from this panel, but
I still think it would have been nicer if we would have been able to get to the transporter, transport ourselves into a shuttlecraft,
well, you didn't do that.
and we didn't get there.
No, you did not.
No. All right.
Not that a non-warp capable shuttle
It's going to go very
could
far.
get away from what we just
Exactly.
did.
Exactly. No, it's not like
Okay.
you're in your Klingon battlecruiser. You're going to go back to your prime universe, like
Uh-huh.
trying to slingshot around it. But
But
no.
if you subscribe to the white hole theory, we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's you don't really get torn apart.
Like Interstellar.
Yeah.
Well, that ends the campaign.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Congratulations, you
We won.
attack on Discovery, and you sure destroyed it
We won.
in multiple ways, just crippling it in so many spots until it's like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yet another game resolved with a portable hole and a bag of holes.
Uh,
The
Pretty
sci-fi
much.
equivalent, yes.
Do you want to start new characters, and do you do the last pre-plan? There's one more pre-plan mission left in this.
oh yeah.
As long as you don't completely screw it up.
We could, or we could just say we're our characters.
Say your characters survived
jump
and
through
it's
the
like,
black hole. We just head first, and we
Q.
came out the other side.
say this happened beforehand.
It was.
This mission was when you're still
Yeah.
on your old ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
Before all the
Or
chaos
we could
happened.
just roll up quick ones.
Yeah. I kind of like me.
Kind of like these guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. You don't want
Okay.
to, necessarily ruin what you got here. You got a good camaraderie. You got a good
Yeah.
understanding of how all your characters work, and you don't want to
Yeah.
destroy your chances, I suppose.
I mean, to me, character death is just another opportunity.
someone else in
Building
Starfleet.
Warbin next.
Yeah. I suppose until next time, happy gaming, and hopefully we'll start playing Children
And
of God.
Hokies.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
tomorrow our uncle Jack and his daughters are coming to play more Acquisitions Incorporated. So about 5 o'clock, I'm sure.
5 or 6. I mean,
5 or
the
6,
ones are eating.
depending on when they show up. It's variable. But join us then.
Otherwise, I'm still working on Little Gods. Do you have a message of the PDF of the influencer?
I got it, but I didn't get to look over it.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's the most complete as far as I've gotten. Instead of having instead of spell casting, you're brainstorming. Instead of their spells, their ideas. That way, it's more broad for the different kind of classes. Whether the idea is I'm going to inspire you in some way with a speech, or I'm going to improvise a chemical weapon of some sort, or I'm going whatever the.
Oh, yes, there's a meme that John wanted me to
Oh,
share
yes,
with
yes.
you.
Oh.
D&D memes Reddit page. I happen to save it.
that you would greatly appreciate it.
Yes. So it says, that is way too streamlined and simple to be 3.5e. He forgot to check the weather, his footing, the phase of the moon, active magical effects, how many toenails the rogue has, the number of starfish in his pants, and most importantly, if he high-fived the cleric or not this morning after 8:15. You forgot the mileage of the second car he owned in his lifetime, multiplied by the number of clouds over the eastern half of Turkey. Stupid 4E, Normie. No, you fool, the mileage is cancelled out by the number of troll boogers picked. So if you're multiplying by the clouds by 0, making them null. Obviously, if you read the 41st page of the Player's Handbook 17, Player's Handbook 17 on Tuesday, you'd know this, casual. Actually, I think you'll find the troll boogers picked only cancels out if the mileage of the troll boogers were picked below freezing and on the second Wednesday in a month. The troll boogers picking rules can be found in a caption box in size 1 text in the deluxe edition of the PHP if it was bought in Latvia. Only bronies and furries don't know this.
Nice.
Okay.
And there's another one that's just the first Avengers film. Captain America is talking with Hulk. Well, he's Banner before he becomes Hulk. Hey, DM, you always seem so prepared. Do you ever just wing it? That's my secret. I'm always winging it.
Okay. So, until next time.
Until next time, happy gaming!
Roll.
I really had to avoid bringing my new dice chuck.